Point. She's an icon. She's a legend. And she is the moment. Now, come on now. She's got a point. She's an icon. She's a legend. And she is the moment. Now, come on now.
Good afternoon. Happy New Year, everybody. Can y'all hear me? Is my mic on? Let me pull out Prince one second. Is my mic on? Give me a one in the chat. I think my mic is on, so I'm going to proceed. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I have not seen y'all since last year sometime. How about that? I have not been with the family since. Thank you, Jen. Appreciate you. You're my co-host slash producer for today. I appreciate you, sis. Thank you.
Phone is on.
Yes, it is. So I have. I'm sorry that I had to take a moment before I came on. I had to make sure everything was hooked up, make sure the cords are where they need to be, check on the sound, make sure I have everything within reach. Um, because y'all know I'm a one woman show right now, but I'm gonna do this. I have goals for 2025, and one of them is pushing through and mastering this YouTube initiative that I have started. So I want to thank everybody who's been with me since I activated this channel and started out on this journey, this side of YouTube, which is recording and capturing moments with our CU football players. But I also want have a few people to thank, just a couple. With the new year coming in, we always set goals and everything. And one of the things that I want to manage is my time. Um, and also with me managing my time, making sure that wherever I am, that I am adding value in the space, that I am being not just present physically, but a presence to others. So I want, if I can't give something tangible, at least I can give something that God has placed on my heart, mind, and soul that can help somebody else. So yes, my presence will be very intentional. I can't spread myself thin like I always do, but I have to pick and choose and be very selective on what I do, where I go, and who I and where I share my time and energy with. I hope I made sense there. So yes, saw this little meme. I said, This is perfect for me." So, due to the inflation, price of my presence has increased in 2025. So I will be less seen, less heard. But even if I am seen, or even if I'm not there, my work shall speak for me, and that's just a personal goal of my own. But I don't know who this person is, but somebody blessed me with a cash app, and they blessed me with a cash app out of the blue, y'all. Because, like I told y'all, time is something that I don't have a lot of, because I have a real life going on over here. But out of the blue, somebody blessed me with this wonderful cash app, and I don't know who it is. They're not in my contacts, so I could not identify the person. They really didn't have an actual name that I recognize. But I want to say thank you so much. God bless you, and may God bless you 1,000-fold. And in the notes on the cash app, they said clock in on YouTube. So I think that was a sign from God. Whoever it was, y'all got jokes, but it did motivate me. I said, okay, somebody want to hear my voice. They want to hear my perspective. They want to hear my opinion. So much so that I received this random cash app, and it was very nice. I will say that. So whoever you are, whether you're in the bushes or in the chat, I appreciate you and God bless you so much. I do want to say that if you're new here, or returning, I am Discerning Goddess, and welcome to my channel. On this channel, I am a Coach Prime supporter. We are CU football friendly, and we love to support our young people, whether be they athletes or not. We support them, we uplift them, and we want to see them all win. So, over here, you're going to get a lot of speaking life into and pouring into our young people, as well as every now and then some tough love and some much needed advice to help them along the way. With that being said, I don't really discuss the football games and all the ins and outs of what happens in the football games and practices and things like that. But I do know that there are other channels that you can tune into that do a very good job with keeping up with everything football. I'm not one of those channels. I like to keep up with our life. I like to know what's going on in our life, make sure all is good, making sure everyone is happy, healthy, and wealthy, getting to the wealth. So those are the things that I focus on over here, and mental health for our young people. So if that sounds like something that you love to sit and talk about or listen to, you are in the right place. I am an internet auntie. And you, as you'll notice in the chat, you will be in the company of other internet aunties and internet uncles as well. And we take our position as aunties and uncles serious. So, you're welcome to join the squad, the internet family over here, because we don't play by our nephews, honey. We don't play. We got something to say. Like I told y'all, I got something to say. I don't always have something to say, but when I do have something to say, just know that is heavy on my heart and mind, and I'm going to come over here and talk about it. So you're welcome to join the squad. And one of the things that I opened up the new year with was the day I learned to choose me, I fell in love with peace. Now, when if you know me personally, if you've been around me enough, you know I love peace. Anything that threatens my peace, interrupts my peace, conflicts with my peace, I don't do all that. I make myself absent, or I get rid of whatever that is. So one thing I've learned, I'll say, as a seasoned auntie and a woman of a particular age, is knowing how to remove myself from spaces or places or people that don't serve me. So when we learn how to do it one time, guess what? Life will be much easier. And I love my peace. And if you ever heard the term peace is priceless, I can guarantee you that is true. That is true. No one wants to go through life being disgruntled and being in toxic places and around toxic people, because that's just nowhere to live. It's a whole nother side of that. And I wish all of us the peace that we need to make us better people. So as I move on to my agenda, I want to ask you all how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Welcome, welcome. Oh, yes, ma'am, Jen. Welcome. We have a hefty agenda um ahead of us today. So while I'm talking about the new year, this is what I would like to hear from you guys. Well, I'm asking for you from you guys. I need a favor. I need a favor, and I need accountability partners. So if you are listening to this and you come over here every now and then, you checking out some stuff, this includes you. You please, I need accountability partners. So one of the things that I struggle with on YouTube is following up, and after I finish one of these wonderful great long live streams, my job is to go back through the live stream and cut them up and send out individual videos based on the subjects and topics. So if there's a topic that you enjoy during my live streams, I need for y'all to hold me accountable. Come down in the comments or something. Email me or something. Say, hey, you didn't cut up your live. We waiting. I'm waiting on you to cut up the live. Cause let me tell y'all something. I be tired. But sometimes after I finish these long live streams, I feel so accomplished, like, oh my God, I really did it. And then it's like, okay, I need a break. But that's not enough. That's not enough. In order for me to reach my goals, I need to be consistent and get these lives cut up. So because there are some people that come back to replay based on my analytics, they listen for a certain amount of time and they probably only want to hear one or two subjects that I discussed. I get it. I get it. I totally understand. So for my family that's listening, please help me. Help me. Please help me. Help me. I know what I just said. If y'all don't see me cut up these lives in 48 hours, somebody get in the comments say, hey, Get to work, clock in, and I'll know what that means. Thank you so much. Please and thank you. Thank you so much. But I hope you all have been doing well. I hope your new year has been wonderful and blessed to you. Um, myself, I am in full swing, back to normal life. So I cannot be as active as I was, but I'm gonna try to do my best and still share some love with the family here on YouTube and in other places. Um, what I can say is I am totally hurt. I feel a way about what's happening out in California with the wildfire and how it's affecting people. I feel triggered a little bit because y'all know I went through my own disaster with Hurricane Milton, and it's like I can't imagine having to sit through fire and heat all around me. And the difference between a hurricane and a fire, well, sometimes a hurricane as well, but these fires, they are destroying everything. There's nothing left but the foundations of people's homes or the frame of their vehicles and things like that. And I can only imagine how devastating it is to lose everything. Now, in my case, not to just keep the focus on me, I'm not. But I was feeling somewhat not devastated, but a little bit, feeling depressed and kind of bad because I lost things as well. The structure of my home was impacted, furniture was impacted, and things like that. But to lose everything, it has to be dreadful. And there is this town called Altadena. They say it's over by the Pasadena area of Los Angeles. That it is a known black town. It started out as a black town. Black people founded it. Black people started it, and it's a small black area of black folk that own their homes. They cultivate their community for years since the beginning of time. That area, and it's been completely wiped out. And for some reason or another, there's no media attention that has gone there. Everybody owned their land. There were families and generations that lived in that town that owned their land, not the homes, the land. And this is going to be interesting to see how everyone recovers. Is it going to be an intimate domain takeover? Is the government going to pay them out? Because we know how important it is to maintain ownership of what we have worked very hard for. And my prayers go out to everyone in California that has been affected by the fire in any way, whether your home burned down and you just had to evacuate. But I can't imagine living in a place where there's smoke in the air or so much despair happening all around. I just can't. So prayers going out to anyone in California that may hear this. I am sincerely praying for everyone affected, every single person. And with that being said, we have a show today, y'all. So this is the brunch break. I mean, if you at work, go ahead and get comfortable because I have time today. I have time today. Y'all know I be a short of time sometime, and I gotta be finished by a certain time. Get up off this internet, get up off these YouTube channel, and go do handle other business. But today, y'all have me for a bit, and I intend to get through my entire agenda. So join the chat. If you're in the bushes, it's okay to like this video. It's okay to come on in the chat and have a good time. Pull up your tea, open up your lunch bag, do something, put me in your ear, and I will do my best. Do my best. I don't think I have a contentious agenda today. I don't think I'm going to use any profanity. So if you're in the car with your children, I'll just say proceed with caution. But I don't intend to use any profanity today. We're just gonna take care of business. We just gonna ask some questions and take care of business, okay? But first of all, I want to know why Smitty looking like this. What y'all think Smitty was looking like this for? What y'all think he was thinking when he was looking like this? Somebody, anybody, somebody, help me. Why was Smitty looking like this? Smitty got a look on his face like, oh wow. So we're gonna start with that question, and we'll come back to Smitty a little later. So if y'all can help me out in the chat, why y'all think Smitty was looking like this? Help us. Come on now. That's the question. Smitty, what was you thinking? Okay. We'll come back to Smitty, okay? But if you can figure out, if you got an idea of why Smitty was looking like this, or if this was a meme, what would it be? If this was a meme, what would it be? Hey, Coach Prime, how you doing? How you doing, Coach Prime? Y'all, I am back. We have a new season, new staff, new energy over at CU football, and I can see the excitement all over the internet, all over the YouTube. Everybody has questions. Everyone has something to say, and everybody's excited. I'm trying. Hold on. Let me pull up something real quick. So we want to say good morning, good day. Hey, Coach Prime, welcome back to a new season. You always keep the internet going, and he know he makes the internet go. He makes things go viral. Coach Prime done been everywhere. He done been to Florida. He done been everywhere on his little vacation, honey. Um, So we're gonna talk about some things. I'm not gonna get deep into it, but let's address it. Coach Prime update. So we know, and we've been talking about this for some time, that numbers don't lie when it comes to Coach Prime. But Coach Prime know that there's a lot of people that don't want to see him succeed. There's a lot of people that always trying to affect the the goodness, the blessings, the favorable outcomes of his vision over at CU football over at Colorado. So I love that he's a praying man. I love that he's aware that the enemy has placed what they call those landmines for him. And in those landmines, I want to say, Coach Prime, I know you have to you must feel some type of way, or you have to be a praying man, not every day, but several times a day, because it's unfortunate that so much propaganda, lies, and everything has been put in the media about him that it would be hard for me to trust anybody. I'll just say that. So when I feel like I can't trust people, I just go strictly into meditation mode, into prayer mode, so that what I can't see or recognize, God can help direct my path and my decisions. And I can see that Coach Prime is also the type of person. And this is one of the prayers that when he put this tweet out, and some of them I screenshot, some of them I don't, but the ones that resonate with me, I do go ahead and capture them for myself. And on this day, he said, God is good and the enemy is active. He ain't never lied. He said, please understand who we serve and know that God is undefeated. I don't care what it looks like right now. We win, we win in the end. So I'm going to praise him in advance. Thank you, Jesus. That is a word from Coach Prime. When I say a word, I mean an entire word. He said, God is good and the enemy is active. And what I'll say to that is, demons don't sleep. So when you ever hear me say demons don't sleep, that's because when you think you have defeated a evil person, something else pop up. They might have a flying monkey coming from another direction. And if you study things like narcissistic personality traits, we know what flying monkeys are. And those in my life and what I can see in reality, I call them demons, and they don't sleep. They wake up every day with something on their mind to affect somebody else's life in a negative way. Like I said, I don't know who has time for that. It takes a lot of energy to be angry, upset, mad, jealous and envious. But in the case of Coach Prime, he has so much coming from every direction. And we see it with our own eyes. So with last season being over, here are some of the numbers that Coach Prime put out when it came to the Alamo Bowl. And we know that whatever Coach Prime puts his hand on, it turns to gold. It's going to be successful. And that is one of the assets. He knows he's an asset. He knows this about himself. And this is why we see him always with a smile on his face and being ever so confident in how he moves with his next step or whatever. So he knows that whatever he's a part of is going to be a success because, and again, that's a part of the prime effect, and it has to be such a blessing to know that whatever you do in life is going to be successful because of your name, because of your work speaks for you. There's a verse in Matthew that says, "Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven," which is speaking of the work that you do and how your name precedes you. Coach Prime definitely has a name that precedes him. Now, not only does his name precede him, but the effort and the work that he puts in precedes him. People are tripping over themselves wanting to partner with him in some way, shape, form, or another because just to have him on the agenda will bring people through the door. People through the door means more money, seats filled. You sell more of your product. The concession stand is always active. So Coach Prime may not give you money out of his pocket, but the mere fact that he agrees to partner with you or do business with you is a lucrative opportunity for anyone in business. So, which is no different from the Alamo Bowl. The same thing he did at CU for every game, being on TV, selling out all of the games, and of course, bringing the people through the gate. He did for the Alamo Bowl. So at the Alamo Bowl, it was Colorado versus BYU, and we were hoping that, it had a different outcome. So here are the final report in the synopsis of how that day was. It was 64,261 people in attendance. It's the 12th sellout and most attended game of all non see college football playoff games. The most attended game in all of college playoff games, y'all. And prior to the Alamo Bowl, that stadium had only been sold out 11 times. And CU football attending the Alamo Bowl sold it out for the 12th time. On TV, 8 million people were viewing the game. That alone translate into dollars because when you think about the commercials and marketing and things like that, other people were able to engage and get business off of the 8 million people that are watching. The economic impact, meaning the hotels and restaurants and everything around, um, was 57 plus $1 million brought into the city. So business owners were definitely fed that day, that entire weekend, okay? Business owners from the airport to the Ubers to the lifts to the rental cars to the hotels, everybody. were a part of the Alamo impact, the prime effect when he brought bringing it into the city of San Antonio, Texas. Local scholarship contribution, 1.245 million dollars. Okay. So 9.5 million combined team payout in largest history. So I don't know if each team received $9.5 million or the teams had to split the $9.5 million. So if somebody can let me know in the chat how that $9.5 million was allocated. So to participate and attend the Alamo Bowl. So the CU received a $9.5 million check. I would love to know. And how is that allocated once it gets to the institution? Like, does some of that go to the coach? Does some of that go into the football program? Or does the athletic department divvy that evenly throughout all of the athletic um sports? Like, how does that work? I would love to know since we're talking about Coach Prime, because everybody has something to say about Coach Prime, y'all. So, and this was my segment of numbers don't lie, but I do want to refresh our memory on um, Coach Prime and the economic impact he's had in Colorado. A- according to a report, and this was written, let me see, this was written in the middle of last year. According to a report, the University of Colorado Buffaloes and Coach Sanders helped the Boulder economy significantly. In fact, from 6 home games during the fall of 2023 season, an estimated $113.2 million in economic impact was generated in the Boulder region. Okay, let's pause. I'm not an accountant and I don't claim to be good at math, but if our team for 2024 received $9.5 million, making it to the Alamo Bowl and playing, right? And the previous season, the economic impact of the city of Boulder and surrounding areas won $113.2 million. That's a whole lot of $1 million, y'all. That Coach Prime single-handedly is putting in people's bank accounts and feeding a lot of people. I'm gonna slow cook this today, y'all. So bear with me. Like, we got the oxtails on, so we gonna slow cook these oxtails today. The things that I'm gonna talk about on this agenda, I'm going somewhere. We gonna slow cook it. This is why I have to give you all the facts first before I go on my rant. I can't cook without the seasoning, okay? I cannot cook without the seasoning, so I have to pull up all and again, this is my first time seeing some of this stuff. I'm seeing it with you all for the first time for some of this stuff we're gonna talk about. So I have to get every you if you're a cook, if you know how to get down in the kitchen, you know you have to prep first, gotta clean the kitchen, prep your dishes, and then start cooking your food. So right now we in the prep phase. So give me a moment because I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna cook in a minute. Give me some time. Because Coach Prime, we got questions and we need answers. Because these people playing with Coach Prime, honey, about this contract, this money. I'm sick of hearing about it. I'm so sick of hearing about his contract negotiations and him possibly going to the Cowboys and all of that, because I'm the type of person in real life I'm not gonna ask you more than once, and maybe I'll remind you a second time, but baby, if you don't do if you don't follow through, that means you don't want to do it. And that's how I feel about Coach Prime with this contract stuff. Like, come on now. Y'all saw what he did year one. Okay, it was a 4-8. Now you saw what he really can do year two. Okay, we're 10-2 or 9-3, something like that. And give the man his money. See, in real life, first of all, I don't beg nobody for nothing. This is why I keep myself in a position where I can provide for me and my family. But I hate the fact that Coach Prime is in this position because he does so much. His heart is so big. He is so, in my opinion, he is so genuine. And to have to go to work every day and possibly look at your boss and wonder that when he's in the room with the alum or when he's in the room with the board of directors or whoever it is that don't want to cut the check, you wondering if he is really advocating for you because it shouldn't be this difficult based on what Coach Prime has produced under his coaching leadership and season since he's been at CU. I don't understand. So in my mind, I'm like, what is you saying in the room? Is you for me or what? So at this point, I have to even look at Rick George side eye, y'all. And I know we love us some Rick George, but I got to give him a side eye too. What are you? How are you representing or advocating for Coach Prime getting the raise that he's worth? Contract negotiations are nothing new. As a college faculty member, I have a couple of friends that teach at college. It's nothing new. They renegotiate contracts all the time, especially if you're a tenure staff. But I wanted to ask Boulder, what's up? What's the problem? Even Denver, and I have to and I've been saying this, but Uncle Neely finally said it out loud. Like Coach Prime has taken care of the state of Colorado in a way that the state of Colorado should have no problem pouring back into him so that they can keep him there. Okay? So knowing that he has had an economic impact of $113.2 million on the city, possibly brought in a $9 million check from the bowl game. That's not even counting ticket sales. That's not even counting concession sales. That's not counting any of that. So let me just give y'all a pro tip for us everyday working people. I'm assuming that we all get reviews job once a year. I'm assuming. I've always been reviewed. I've always been, my job was I always get somebody always has to tell me how well that I do over the year. So my advice to everyone, everything of good and credit that you do that you contribute to your workplace, you had better document it and document it well. I don't care if it's a customer service review. Somebody put your name on the website and say, "Oh, Ashley was great. She was wonderful. I've never been helped so well before." Baby, you better screenshot it and save it. Um, Voicemails, emails, all of that. Everything that somebody is praising you on how well you do your job and how you changed their life, keep a good record of it. All right. How you contribute to different committees and workplace culture and how you make it better. Keep a record of it because the day will come. You might not have to renegotiate your contract, but we do get yearly reviews, and you can add that stuff into your review. The problem many of us have is we'll do a review, we'll answer the questions, and we leave it at that. No, sir. No, ma'am. Attach all of your accolades, attach all of your good works. Let your light so shine before men. Let me see your good works. Remember, I told y'all that. Attach all of your good works inside of your review. And at the end of the review, when they ask you for your final comments, I need for you to document due to my performance based on my whatever it is you put in there, I am requesting a raise. The mistake that a lot of people make is they do not request a raise in their review because a year has gone on and you forgot about all the good stuff. So y'all keep up with y'all stuff. If you are an everyday working person, keep up with your stuff. That's just my tip. I know it works because I teach people to do it and they get it back to me and say, yes, it did work. So, and I said that to say, when it comes to Coach Prime and all of the work that he's done and how he has changed the lives of everybody, not just some people, everybody. He has changed the lives of many. Um, we shouldn't have to be rallying behind him, doing what they call it, a million man march or the justice warrior, social justice type of thing to get him the salary that he deserves. His works speak for him. And before I move on, I want to say, I want to say, I don't know what kind of friends Coach Prime got, but they get on my nerves. Coach Prime, your friends get on my nerves, the Michael Irvins and everybody else who always on their platforms talking about you going to Dallas, you going to Dallas. Coach Prime, tell us what you gonna do, because I'm sick of hearing about it. I am really sick of hearing about it, and I really don't have an opinion of if you go or don't. Wherever you go, just know that we're gonna follow you anywhere you go. If you go back home to sit on the ranch, can you please do a reality show so we can see what you're doing out there on the ranch? We gonna follow you either way it go. I know for me, I won't be mad. I'm gonna support you either way. But I don't like how every time it looks like Coach Prime is about to take off and do something wonderful and great. These stories start to pop up. We know how it is. Coach Prime feeds the internet. He gives people something to talk about. He keeps their job for them. And so even if they have to make up a story, they're going to do that. But the other part is this: it affects recruiting. It affects the potential of retaining great quality staff and coaches. If people want to work and then it's like, I don't even know, how long he gonna be there. I got hired and I have to find another job or another place to live. And mind you, it is not cheap. Colorado is one of the most expensive places. Boulder is one of the most expensive places to live in the United States. So we'll get into that later when I start talking about NIL. But people have to make life decisions around Coach Prime. And so when the media starts talking about, oh, he's going to Dallas or he's going to the Raiders and things like that, they know what they're doing. They're trying to affect the mindset and the decisions of others who want to come be a part of greatness as it pertains to Coach Prime and his tenure at CU. So with that being said, that ends my segment on Coach Prime. I would love to know what you all think about it. Like, do y'all think he's considering Dallas Cowboys? Do you think he wants the Raiders head coaching job? Um, or do you believe? Do you believe that he's going to remain at CU? I'm very interested in hearing what you guys think about it, how you feel about all of this, how you feel about the media affecting the public's opinion. Do you feel that the media is trying to um sabotage our recruiting efforts over at CU football? So it's a lot of questions we have when it comes to how the media inserts themselves inside the agenda in how Coach Prime runs his football program. It's interesting. So, and moving right along, I want to say hey to our niece, our internet niece and cousin, Deandra. Deandra Sanders has been doing her thing, child. She has been on vacation. Every time I turn around, she's somewhere. So this time, our good sis is she has been traveling. She has gone to Dubai. And I'm so happy to be able to take a glimpse into her world because Deandra is such to me such an unproblematic person. Like her smile is always bright. She's always pleasant. Um, so it's like Deandra can't do no wrong, in my opinion. I love to see her journey through motherhood. I love the fact that she's experiencing culture. If I heard her correctly, she had already been to Dubai one time before. Hi, welcome, Reverend Nelson. Welcome to today's show. So we're gonna take a look. We're gonna go get into some of Deandra business, y'all. Y'all give me a moment. Let me pull up some information. Give me one moment. Let me drop this. Okay. So let me know if y'all can see the screen. Do y'all see the screen over here on Instagram? Okay, there we go. So we gonna Hey Deandra, I don't want that girl. We just want to be nosy. I enjoy going through your page, so I just want to share it with everyone else. And also you guys, if you all haven't followed her on Instagram, go ahead and follow her so y'all can keep up with her too. I call this keeping up with Deandra. So let me see. So Deandra is really exploring. She's on an excursion. At this point, she's on an excursion. Honey, she's better than me. I don't play by no wild animals. I'm sorry. I will look at them from a distance, but this is a cute cub. She said yesterday was amazing at the jungle. Faced so many fears. I love animals, but never thought I would be this up close to so many. One thing I respected the most is none of these animals are on any medication, drugs, and they are allowed to roam free everyone every night. Thank you for the wonderful experience. DeAndre, you are very brave. She is brave. She's with a white lion, a white cub, or a white lion, a, a lion. That lion is huge. You follow her? Oh, okay. Yes, her YouTube is nice as well. Woo, honey, my heart is beating just watching this. Like, oh my goodness, y'all, I am a scary cat. Okay, I would be I will be holding on to whoever's next to me. Y'all have to shake me up off you because I will be so scared. But I love seeing her enjoy herself.
What? Vick. Look, I got you some more. Yes. Me and Kiki chilling. What? Vick. Look, I got you some more. Yes. Me and Kiki chilling. I know you get me right.
Oh my goodness, that looks like a great day. They had a great time. I'm always down for a good time. I just don't want no animals all over me,
That's how
y'all.
safe we can feel. Next
Look,
level.
look. I would have been gone. Uh-uh. The moment that lion made a sound, I'm telling you, I would have been gone. Ooh, ooh. Deandra is definitely a brave young lady. Oh my goodness, girl, you definitely inspired me just a little bit, just a little bit. Let me see what's in your stories, Deandra. Okay, now they're in Australia. Okay, okay. I'm being a bit nosy, y'all. So, but I want to share with you guys. Oh, she said someone just asked me. Oh shoot. I think someone asked her, was that her real hair? And so she's in Australia or Dubai, one of them, and somebody asked, was that her real hair? Baby, that was shade, honey. They know better. They know better. So we definitely enjoy keeping up with Deandra. We want to send her some blessings. If you haven't already, go subscribe to her channel. You definitely get a good look at a day in the life with her as a mom, as a fiance, and on her vacations. Real. Yeah, like go read it. I mean, I'm like, okay, really? Come on now. But I know some black women that have a head full of hair, but I think women from other cultures in other countries, they be being shady. That's all I'm saying. So our youth spotlight for today is going to go to Bryce James. He recently announced that he is committing to play college basketball at the University of Arizona. Y'all, I feel bad for some of these celebrity children, especially the athletes that are coming up in the shadows behind their parents, because a part of me, a part of me is wondering if he's choosing to go to Arizona as opposed to go to USC like his father and brother did, because he doesn't want to like face the backlash or be among all the, trolls, comments, and everything. Because let me tell you something, the public was harsh and still are harsh on Bronny James. And from what I read, Bryce James is the better athlete than Bronny James. That's from what I read and heard. And so I I I just feel bad for celebrity children having to have a look and a glance into the lives of the Sanders children to see how they deal with scrutiny and to continuously see them be scrutinized. I would say it can't be too much different for the James children as well. So we want to say congratulations to Bryce James. God bless you on your journey, and we definitely wish for you to stay healthy and take your gift as far as you can possibly take it. So y'all know I address everything within the sports realm. So with this particular subject, we have Jimmy Butler. It says the lawyer for Jimmy Butler says his the mother of his child is not entitled to live like a NBA wife. So apparently he has a child or children from this young lady, and he pays $55,000 a month in child support. And she went to court and requested an additional 10K for a nanny. And she refuses to work. I ain't judging, but all I'm saying is he has a good lawyer. But these are some of the things that we have been trying to educate our nephews on how they become targets by young ladies. They become target by family members, friends, neighbors when they get into a new bracket. And this is no different. What I can tell you as somebody who was married at one point and never thought out in ever a million years I would get a divorce, but when divorce happens or that relationship goes to hell, you say to yourself, how did I get involved with this person? Because the person you might be in love with today will be your biggest enemy tomorrow, especially if the relationship doesn't work, or if in this case they have to find themselves in court paying you $55,000 a month and they can't stand you. I would not. I mean, shout out to him. Shout out to his attorney for being strong and doing a good job for him. But I'll be trying to get some of that back. As a mother, I will be telling my son, you need to try to get custody, joint custody, or something. Huh, moving right along, but this is the day in the life of our young athletes, in the season ones as well. And like I said before, a lot of times we grow up or we raise our children differently. We tell the girls, don't have a baby, don't get pregnant, get your education first, and be careful who you get involved with. But we need to also be saying the same things to our sons and our nephews. Like, um, everybody doesn't deserve to be the mother of your children. Be mindful, like don't spread your seed in anywhere and everywhere in anybody. Right, Reb? That is pure. That is uncalled for. If this was different, I would give a lot of advice on what she can do with that 55K a month. But I think this is definitely a case of scorn, bitterness, of what we are somewhere in the media we're seeing things of how a woman is treating her dead black husband. So you gotta be mindful, got to be more mindful. I'm moving off of that, but like I say, she can pay the 90 out of that 55K. My question was when I saw this is that the 10K to set aside for the salary for a nanny? Because that can't be 10K a month for a nanny. Like, hold on, let me do the math. Let me do the math real quick. So, so 10K a month for a nanny. That means the nanny is getting paid $2,500 a week in a 4-month week. I mean, a 4-week month. It's $2,500 for a nanny. I love children, but I only love my own children that much. And depending on where you live, I would say that's a good check, $2,500 a week. Um, but that depends on where you live. And in her case, she probably is going to pay her cousin that money or give her half of it. You know what I'm saying? It's not her little cousin or her niece to come watch children. So if it was me, I won't be giving that money to a stranger. I'll be keeping it in house. So, but my point is, he had a great lawyer. I'm glad that my brother said enough is enough. I give you $55,000 a month, and you need to take care of the babies, like you told the judge you were going to do. So we are moving on. We're moving on to, this is such a hot subject, and this is about Marcus Freeman. So what I am seeing in, and I've seen it last month, is we have seen for the last couple of years the media change the narrative on Coach Prime several times a week, on Coach Prime, on CU, on different players. We have seen backlash all over the internet for one thing or the other, whether they are attacking the Sanders children, whether they are attacking Travis, other family members. We have seen. But one of the things Coach Prime has always said is that he wants to be the first black coach to win a national championship. And he said it. He said it on record. He said it in interviews. He's said it several times. So my question would be to you guys is, because we know the media is very skillful in how they put out a story and portray us. So according to this, it doesn't it is an honor and it is a hope all coaches and minorities, black, white, Asian, it doesn't matter. Great people continue to get opportunities to lead young men like this. But this ain't about me, it's about us. So basically, and I'm going to pull it up, the media has made this brother a black man, and he never said he was a black man. Okay. So we know Coach Prime has said he wants to be the first black coach to win a college championship. I don't know where this came from out of the blue, but Marcus Freeman, according to, give me one moment, according to the news and reporters, and I'll say people that like to keep up mess and take away the opportunity from Coach Prime. It's like people, reporters wake up in the morning, or mainstream media wakes up in the morning to take the lights off of Coach Prime in their effort to humble him. So in their effort to humble Coach Prime, they have created a campaign for an Asian man, a biracial Asian man, and make him the first black head coach. The first black head coach and first head coach of Asian descent to make the FBS national championship. So what I was saying to people is he black?
To go to a national championship game in college football. Just hearing that response alone, how much does this mean to you?
You know, I've said this before. I don't ever want to take attention away from the team. It is an honor, and I hope all coaches, minorities, black, Asian, white, it doesn't matter, great people continue to get opportunities to lead young men like this. But this ain't about me. This is about us. And we're going to celebrate what we've done because it's something special.
You, because you are the first black head coach to go to a national championship game in college football.
Congratulations.
Just hearing that response alone, how much does this mean to you?
You know, I've said this before. I don't ever want to take attention away from the team. It is an honor, and I hope all coaches, minorities, black, Asian, white, it doesn't matter, great people continue to get opportunities to lead young men like this. But this ain't about me. This is about us. And we're going to celebrate what we've done.
So she called him, she asked him, how does it feel to be the first black head coach? Okay, y'all know I'm the type of person, I don't just listen to what's being said, I also have to kind of observe to what's not being said. He didn't say he was a black head coach. Again, here's Yahoo, first black coach to reach the college football title game. And I'll be the one to tell you, like, I don't mind. I don't mind having people in the community. East Coast Cam, my brother. Come on now. Why are we have enough going on over here. We have enough going on over here in our group of people, right? So one, don't be putting everybody over here, especially if they don't identify as they belong to this community. And as someone who works with demographics in a government capacity, I can tell you that there's a lot of people that come through the system that are clearly other ethnicities, but they have the option to say that they are clear people. Catch on. That it's either that or clear. They almost all the time, 98% of the time, check the other box. They do not say they are nothing but a clear person. I know. I ain't gonna put the picture up here, Coach East Coast Cab. I was gonna put the picture up here, but I digress. So here's where I am. I do not some I don't know who made up a one drop rule, but that does not apply today. We are heavily, heavily ambiguous, and in that ambiguity, there are people that may have parents of different ethnicities and races. And no matter how they look, you have to ask them, okay, what do you identify as? Because I clearly ask people this. And I've seen people as dark as me, clearly have some tone to them. They'll say, I am biracial. I'm not this or that. I am biracial. Some people just say straight up, I'm the color of the inside of your hand. I'm the color of the crayon box. Yeah, I'm a clear person. Okay. Okay. So we really have to get out of the ignorant pool. It's very ignorant to say that somebody is of another community if that person hasn't said it out their mouth. That man identifies as an Asian minority American. He does not say that he's a brother. He don't. And he was very, very political and very kind and intelligent on how he answered that question. Looks like he's been practicing it for a long time. So, in an effort to take that opportunity away from Coach Prime, they'll rather say an Asian American biracial man is the first black head coach to win or make it to a college championship or to win it, just so Coach Prime can't have it. That's my theory. That's my opinion, and that's what I believe. What y'all think? Because my thoughts might not be y'all thoughts. Okay, and you're welcome to come up here. The email is pinned to the top of the comments. Email me if you want to come on the panel to discuss any of these topics. But that's just the way I see it. They are trying every effort to take away Coach Prime's light, even to the point of pulling Bill Belichick into the fold and bringing him into college football. This man came into the college football arena and verbatim repeated the prime blueprint to coaching and developing a football program. And sitting on media platforms saying this, and no one ever said that's the same thing Deion Sanders is doing. That's what he's been doing since Jackson State. That's interesting. But they are giving him credit for verbatimly repeating everything Coach Prime has said and done that he is about to come into college football and do. Okay? So it's like, let's step on Coach Prime. Let's not give him the light and the time. Let's question every single thing he tries to do, but let's bring in this white man over here and give him the same blueprint, and let's go ahead and call this Asian man a black man so he can. So it's like everything Coach Prime is aspiring to do and be, they're replacing it with people who are going to be their champions for success. That's what I see. I don't know about y'all, but it's up in my face. That's all I see. I could be wrong, y'all. This is why I'm saying I love y'all enough to have y'all come up here and be the voice of reason for me sometime. Like, cause I know I spaz out. So if you could be the voice of reason in some of the stuff I say, like, no, nah, sis, that ain't it. I see it this way. I'm open to all of that. But with this, it's clear as day they are going to try and make the two compete unknowingly. You know, I know Coach Prime see it too. I know Coach Prime see it too. And then you're gonna have the raccoons. Okay, follow me. All the raccoons on these sports streaming networks and all of these places sitting here putting other people over Coach Prime. But they claim they're Coach Prime's friend at the same time. What's up, Chad? Hi, Jen J. Welcome. I swear to God, I have not seen you in forever. Welcome, sis. How you doing? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Everybody who is just getting here. I ain't seen y'all since last year. But yeah, I mean, like, Coach Prime is damn if he do, damn if he don't. And that's why he don't change nothing. He just keep it moving. He just keep it moving. And this is why I'm gonna always keep my foot on the gas for that man because one, I just see it being an unfair advantage in a lot of spaces, especially when it comes to mainstream media. Too many people believe every single thing that they see on TV and hear in the news when it's nothing but propaganda and something to affect your thought process. Give me one moment. And for those of us who can see, we know what's happening. But for the mainstream public, they believe everything that's in front of them. That's why I don't even watch TV a lot. I read more. I read for the most part. For the most part. How y'all doing? Thank you, Jen J. So because and the reason why I had to come here today and address it, we were on another live stream the other night, earlier this week, and the conversation was taking place over there. So a lot of times y'all will see me in somebody's chat and I'm not going to be really engaging my thoughts because my thoughts I try to save for my commentary and which is my intellectual property. So if I'm in a chat giving my thoughts, it becomes their intellectual property. I hope that makes sense. So I'm very selective on what I post in somebody's chat. But the question is Marcus Freeman a black man? Because he never said he was black. The public calls him a black man, but we have to respect people's wishes. If I don't call myself something, please don't put that title on me. And speaking of Coach Prime and his desires and his wish list, they done up and fired the black man out of the Las Vegas Raiders child. Let me tell y'all something. Go back to the beginning when I said demons don't sleep. Demons don't sleep. Remember that. Everybody's calling for Coach Prime too. Coach of Dallas Cowboys. Go here, go there. And regardless of wherever he ends up, you know, he's at the mercy of the people that make decisions, be it his salary or his job. But I had to look at this because for a month, I don't know how long it's been, but everybody, even Shedeur, and y'all put me onto that. And when he makes certain tweets, is because um the game turned out to be a certain way, right? And any black coach, from what I saw, so I meant to pull up this video, but I did not. Coach Prime has a great relationship with the Las Vegas Raiders coach, to so much to the point where they had a dinner a few weeks ago, and he told the brother, he said, draft those Sanders boys. This is no coincidence, none at all, that after that they fired this man, and not so much because of what Coach Prime said, because of our ability to make decisions and give people opportunities. It's not enough that the officials interfered with the outcome of at least two or three games, the Kansas State game, the Texas Tech game, even though we won that game, and the other Kansas game. The officials heavily, the Kansas game, that at one of those games, the referee damn near tackled Travis. Tackled and ran dead into Travis while Travis was you know, on the field about to make a play. But it's no coincidence that with the referees heavily impacting the outcome of CU's games, um, games we could have won. But again, the reason why Coach Prime says dominate is because when we dominate, no matter what they do, we're in the lead. Like, so yeah. But now you have GMs and organizations firing coaches that could make decisions, or let's say that Shedeur does go to either of those teams. They want to make it so hard for Shedeur Sanders that they'd rather put another coach in place to either get the benefit of saying I coached the Sanders or I made it hard for him, in my opinion. What y'all think? Like, this is no coincidence, because when you're in leadership as a person, you have, you have the authority to make things happen. So as a person in leadership, you don't take that lightly. And guess what? The enemy doesn't take it lightly either. And in order for them to keep us in a certain place and keep us in our place, they'd rather it be somebody else exercising authority over the football team. Whether these brothers should have been fired or not, that's remains, I don't know. But I know no one expected the LA Raiders brother to be fired. Antonio Pierce, okay? Nobody expected that, but they fired them in. They was like, y'all ain't bringing Shedeur over here, and you're not gonna make it easy for him if he does get here. And that's how people strategize to keep other people suppressed, oppressed, and at a disadvantage in life. And they're laying it out all over the place as clear as day. And when I can tell you, politics don't just exist in the White House. That the orange man and everybody that supports him is called a gaggle machine. Put an M where the G is. it's in full effect in every industry of the United States, honey, especially the workplace. So say what you want to say, believe what you want to believe, but please understand people are positioning themselves or have positioned themselves to make sure we stay in our black jobs. Remember that man said black jobs. So obviously a head coaching position is not a black job because if they felt like it was a black job, there wouldn't be so much opposition against Coach Prime. So I hate to go there, but sometimes we have to be reminded because this is not something I said out of my mouth. This is something he said in a debate, the black jobs. So imagine the people who are being removed from their positions. You better understand it ain't because they're not qualified, it's because they want somebody else there that don't look like them. So yeah. Let me know what y'all think while I find my place. Okay. I have a slide to pull up. Give me one moment. Give me a moment. Well, welcome to the brunch break, you guys. I appreciate you being here. I'm getting my slide together. Give me one moment. Okay. Okay, so y'all know I love me. I love my momager position. The only person who could fire me from being a momager is my spoiled brat children. Okay, but I'm gonna need y'all not sleep on us momagers. Okay, we know our children better than anybody. Okay. So us momagers, your mama can talk to you like nobody else can. And even if the coach say the same thing, you probably gonna understand it either way. You probably gonna act you're gonna execute it differently when the coach says it as opposed to your mama saying it. Either way. So we love us some Lamar Jackson around here, y'all. So this might be old news to y'all, but it was funny to me, okay? Because this is this screams my name. The Ravens record since Lamar Jackson's mother cussed, not cursed, cussed his head out after a loss, honey. This was so funny. I'm sorry. Every time I read it, I fall out laughing. Honey, Mama said what? Hold on, let's see. So after his mama cussed him out, he won. Cause baby, what we not gonna do? You're not gonna be out there making us look silly, okay? Mama just told me that she just cut my mama just told me that she just cussed me out. So he admitted to
back. You feel like there were some opportunities to run today for you that you may have passed up.
Yeah, my mama just told me that. She just cussed me out. So like I'm mad. So like we gonna get after it, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. We gonna get after it. I can't wait till this ball get on. Like we got the Giants coming up. I'm ready to go. Like I'm just ready to go, man.
So what did she cuss you out about?
She said it was lanes I should have took and ran, but I was just trying to let guys develop routes. We had developing routes. I was just trying to go through my progression. But yeah, she right. I'm gonna do my
Looking back, you feel like there were some opportunities to
yeah,
run today for you that you may have passed up.
Mama Jackson said, if you don't get yourself together, let me tell you something. What we not gonna do is this. Shout out to all the momagers out there. I follow all y'all. Kai Brooks, all y'all. So you, at some point we go from being the loving, nurturing mom to a business person because when our children get to a certain level, they come across a lot of people. So a lot of times, unfortunately, our children don't have the wisdom and the discernment to look into things. So they just want to play sports, and that's fine. So we as mama just are a watchful eye, honey. A watchful eye. Don't play with us and don't play with our babies. So shout out to Lamar Jackson's mom, because I guess she said what needed to be said. That was funny to me. Okay. So in this next section, we get to go back and explore our newest head coaches, Michael Vick and Desean Jackson. Y'all, I'm so excited about this. What's coming up? There's Michael Vick. I call him the first family of the HBCU because I love his family. And we're gonna take a look. We're gonna take a look at into him just a little bit more. Give me one moment. There we go. Hold on. Let me share my screen, y'all. I hope your day is going well. So let's see.
2012. Michael Vick,
Here we
the former NFL quarterback, and
They do.
Kajafa
They
Vick,
have a
an
beautiful
entrepreneur
family.
and reality TV star, make up a dynamic duo known for their resilience and success. Married since 2012, their love story began back in 2002 when they first met at a nightclub. At the time, Kajafa was still pursuing her college education, while Michael had already finished his years at Virginia Tech. They've been through many ups and downs, but have remained solid as a rock throughout every challenge. Michael's impressive football career, featuring his time with the Atlanta Falcons and Philadelphia Eagles, is matched by Kajafa's ventures in fashion and television. Together, they've overcome obstacles and become influential figures in sports and entertainment, exemplifying perseverance, love, and unity. Michael Vick, the former NFL quarterback, and Kajafa Vick, an entrepreneur and reality TV star, make up a dynamic duo known for their resilience and success. Married since 2012, their love story began back in 2002 when they first met at a nightclub. At the time, Kajafa was still pursuing her college education, while Michael had already finished his years at Virginia Tech. They've been through many ups and downs, but have remained solid as a rock throughout every challenge. Michael's impressive football career, featuring his time with the Atlanta Falcons and Philadelphia Eagles, is matched by Kajafa's ventures in fashion and television. Together, they've overcome obstacles and become influential figures in sports and entertainment, exemplifying perseverance, love, and unity. Michael Vick, the former
I'm cool. This thing. Oh, they were gunning right there. Yeah, we took UK down there. I'm cool. This thing. I've been watching. Hey, we packed it out, man. I'm one of the 10 million watch. We love it, dog. Atmosphere. Oh my God. I know just the fans. Yeah. Appreciation. I sleep here on Friday nights when we play home. Yeah. Because I like to see it empty. Yeah. Then it fill up. So by the time I wake up, they start to trickle in a little bit. You can see the TV cameras and all that. I love it, dog. It's unbelievable. And then this right here. Oh my God. And when they get the snow on top of it, it's beautiful, man. Yeah, I was talking to the driver last night. He said it don't snow out here till like January. It's supposed to snow next week. This week, right? Sunday. Snow game? Yeah. But see, the thing about it don't get cold like everybody think it is. Yeah. It don't. Yeah, that's what he was saying. I remember playing in Denver one time. Came in like November. It was on like 40, 48. Yeah, it don't get cold like even if it's 50, even if it's 40 here is like 55. Yeah. You know, like it's 40 in Atlanta. It's 40. Yeah. It's 40 for real. Right. It ain't like that here.
So you guys, one, Michael Vick has a beautiful family. Ooh, that is a family. I want to say shout out to Kajafa for being, his queen. I'm pretty sure it ain't easy. And I wanted to show that clip where when he visited Boulder in 2023, and I mentioned it probably in my last video. I believe he was consulting with Coach Prime then on him, thinking about becoming a coach. So Coach Prime is not just a head coach, he's not just a father, mentor, bonus uncle, you know, a man standing in the gap for our young nephews who don't have their fathers with them. He's a mentor to many. And the fact that Coach Prime is available to impart his wisdom and his experience into up and coming or former NFL athletes so that they can take their life to the next phase is a gift in itself. I know you got to understand some people hate that about Coach Prime. So to tarnish a man's try to tarnish a man's character, assassinate his character, all of that is the goal, but they can't because he's done so much good. So people will still call upon him for his effort, for his voice and things like that. Y'all gonna be sick of me saying this because I just have to say it because sometimes we come across people who act like, you know, racism doesn't exist and that everybody we come across loves us and wants the best for us just like we want the best for them when we come in peace. That's just not the case. And you set yourself up to be disappointed, hurt, or, physically hurt or unalive when you go into situations just not knowing the rules of engagements or what some people are capable of. I love that Coach Prime, even with him having this platform and the light is always shining on him, he doesn't stop being a black man. Hi, Miss Shirley. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. And and the fact that Coach Prime is the type of man that doesn't change the way he speaks, he don't change the way he dresses, he doesn't change the way he presents himself in front of other people. Some people are just not used to that. And I understand there are times when code switching is necessary. Um, Even if I show up in my black dialect, it doesn't take away from my intelligence. It doesn't take away from my ability to comprehend or any of that. Unfortunately, there are some people who think that when black people sound black, they are ignorant, they're unintelligent, and they should not be in certain spaces. Even we sometimes think that about each other. You have black people that will attack you because you won't get on the boat with them to love everybody. No, just because I support my community, just because I uplift them, doesn't mean that I hate somebody else. No, it means that I'm progressive over here and this is what I do. But it doesn't mean that I am incapable of working with others. Coach Prime is always uplifting. If we pay attention, he's always giving opportunities and he works with everybody. But he also is very mindful about who he connects himself to at the same time. And so the next person who has an opportunity to coach, which I don't know enough about this young man, but I'm happy that he has the opportunity, is Desean Jackson. Um, he's Coach Prime gave him a shout out one day. He said, "We've got to wrap our arms around this game changer and give him all the support he needs to become a successful college football coach. He knows the game, knows what it takes to make it to the next level, and he knows right from wrong." At Desean Jackson, love you, man. And that is the blessing and endorsement that Coach Prime gave to Deshaun a few weeks ago. And I can say that says a lot about Coach Prime and his character, how he helps others, because no one knew or had a clue that when Michael Vick was visiting him in Boulder that they were having that conversation. I had when it came out, when I started hearing about Michael Vick about to be a coach, I said, okay, that was discussed. My mom like, oh, they talked about that when he came to Boulder. Oh yeah. So your mind just travels back in time, be like, oh, so this what they was doing. Okay. So let's take a look at Desean Jackson for a second. Let's take a
They
look.
killing.
Them shoes.
Those are,
Ooh, what you say about them shoes?
no, they killing.
Them shoes.
Those are,
It's on, baby. You already know what time it is. Press conference coming, baby. Yeah, it's on one. Yeah, let's get it. Ooh, what you say about them shoes?
no, they killing.
Them shoes.
Those are,
It's on, baby. You already know what
Y'all
time
gonna
it
have to
is.
help me with this.
Press conference coming, baby. Yeah, it's on one. Yeah, let's get it. Ooh, what you say?
I don't know, Mr. Jackson,
I
Mr.
would like to thank my
Deshaun.
family. And hey, Hornet Nation, first and foremost, I would like to thank God. And secondly, I would like to thank my family. And last but not least, the prestigious HBCU, Delaware State University. I want to say thank you, Dr. Allen. Thank you, Dr. Hawkins. Thank you, Tony Tucker. Thank you, Drew Ingraham. Thank you, Temeskin Starr. And last but not least, my brother, Coach Travis Clark. Thank you. Hornet Nation, y'all ready? Dover, y'all ready? Let's get to work. It's on. Hey, Hornet Nation, first.
Okay, Deshaun. What y'all think? What y'all think? Okay. Well, I would say, I would say that, like I said, I don't know much about Deshaun as a person, but from what I could see, he could definitely use a few conversations with Coach Prime, probably study some. I don't know. He looked like he's on the team. And Michael Vick, and Michael Vick, I can. You say they will be all right for sure. I believe so. But and when I'm looking at Michael Vick, I can see the wisdom in him. I could see that, I could see the grown man in him. But Deshaun looked like he's one of the players. It's nothing bad. Hi, Randall. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the conversation, you guys. So yeah, feel free, y'all. The information is pinned to the top of the chat. If you all want to join the conversation, just email me and I will send you the invite link. Um, but yeah, so y'all gotta help me with this one. What's the new thing going around? We gonna talk, but we not gonna judge. I'm gonna try not to judge, but it's a clear difference, and I don't expect them to be the same type of person. Um, I don't see coach. I'll put it like that. I don't see coach. Like when I see Coach Prime, I see a coach. When I look at Michael Vick, I see a coach. But I don't see a coach when I look at Desean Jackson. And y'all, please don't beat me up too bad. But he could be a fun person. He looks like a fun person. But I wish him the best over there at Delaware State. Like I'm definitely going to be tuning in and I will be following this journey because it looks like it's gonna be a good time. Oh goodness. So, listen, y'all. Tell me why. Tell me why. You know the fans are one thing. Like y'all be taking it so far. Y'all take it too far sometimes when it comes to this football stuff. But why did I wake up one morning? Who was that? Washington. Why after the Washington Commanders played the Tampa Bay Bucks, why the next day the airport was feeling some type of way? The airport was feeling some type of way, and the different airports started beefing. So, Tampa International Airport woke up the next morning and said, "Good morning to everyone except Washington Commanders." What y'all did to us? What happened? Did y'all tear them people airport, or were they just salty that the game was just a loss? I need somebody to come up here and give the details because I want to know. Like the nosy part of me wants to know. What happened in that game that Tampa International Airport woke up in their feelings? Like they took it to a whole nother level. Like remember when McDonald's and Burger King they'll get on Twitter and beef. Who else will be? Chick-fil-A and KFC, they get on Twitter and beef. So TIA, which is my airport, sometimes I fly to Tampa, sometimes I fly out of Orlando. But they woke up with they was like, man, forget y'all. After that Tampa Bay Bucks in Washington Commanders game. So that game, the Commanders won 23-20. And from what I can surmise or from the comments, it looks like they're saying that Baker Mayfield through the game like it was just it's his fault. It's all his fault. So help me understand that. Somebody come up here and tell me what happened. But it was just funny to see the airport standing on business. What have we gotten to? What has the world come to when your airport is standing on business? They don't want the other opposing team fans. They're like, forget y'all. I'm sorry. I'm cracking up. I was cracking up when I saw it. So please forgive me. So we about to get into the meat and potatoes, y'all. Y'all know when I first started, I said we're gonna slow cook this thing. We are here. The oxtails are almost done. Okay. The oxtails are almost done. So we are here. Yeah, yes, ma'am. So I said we were gonna slow cook this. If you're just getting here, I am Discerning Goddess. Welcome to my channel. On this channel, we support Coach Prime, we support Colorado football, and we love our nephews. And I do not support actual football game, the analytics, the ins and outs of the game, but I do love to take a look at everything else that happens around the games and into the lives of our staff and our players. So, and if that is something you like to be aware of too, have a conversation about, you are in the right place. So, as we get into the meat and potatoes of today's agenda, because I had to walk through all of that, y'all, we have a message from Rick George. Okay, a message from Rick George. But remember, if you're just getting here, I need to show y'all something real quick. And the question in the beginning was this: why is Smitty looking like this? Like, if he was a meme, what would it be? Like, put a. Why is Smitty looking like this? What is he thinking? If Smitty was a meme, what would it say? Y'all put it in the chat. We love us some Smitty now. We love us some Smitty. So that was the question in the beginning of the show. If you just getting here, help me out. Help me figure out what's on Smitty. Man, what he's thinking, y'all. Why his face is looking like this. Make a meme, honey. And while y'all think about that, let's get into the message from Rick George. I received an email from Rick George. I want to say earlier this week. Wait, let me look at it. What day was that? 2 days ago. I received an email from Rick George 2 days ago in the Buffs Blast. And he said, Happy New Year, fans. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season and are as excited as I am for 2025. Given the dynamic nature of collegiate athletics, we are going to see some changes in the upcoming year that will impact operations at CU Athletics in every athletic department across the country. Keep that in mind. With that in mind, in preparation for the House settlement, which will likely be finalized this summer, we are restructuring our NIL procedures in order to prepare for the changes to come. This proactive move not only sets CU athletics up for success when the House settlement goes into effect, maintaining CU's position as a national leader. It provides a level of efficacy by ensuring that those who want to support CU student athletes in programs can give to one convenient place. Hmm, okay. For those looking to support Colorado student athlete initiatives or have previously given to a collective, this means two things. Financially, investing in the holistic CU student athlete experience through donations to the Buff Club's AD Excellence Fund or Sports Excellence Fund, which makes giving to third party collectives like the 5430 Alliance unnecessary. Remember, someone asked the other day, the website was gone. So they removed the 5430 Alliance and they are replacing it with the 80 Excellence Fund or the Sports Excellence Fund. Keep that in mind. Working with student athletes directly to enhance your business brand through CU's NIL exchange. Hmm, I have a question. Hi, Portia. Oh, hi, welcome. Yes, this is the Lunch Break Live. I'm so happy you could join us. Rick George says, I feel these changes will not only keep CU the gold standard in student athlete support, but also make it easier for fans like you to invest in our student athletes at a time when it's the most crucial. Thank you, as always, for your incredible support. Go Buffs, Rick. Y'all need to help me with this. Chime in. So if you haven't received your email from Rick George, go on to the bus website, sign up for the mail. I forgot what I had to do, but I basically signed up to receive updates on the athletic program and the football program. So basically, and I receive stuff like this all the time. This was interesting that it came out now that everybody's talking about Coach Prime's salary and if he's going to stay. One thing that I did mention earlier that could be holding Coach Prime up in the terms of negotiating his salary is that the Chandlers, the board of directors, or the alum, there is something there where as a group or the group keeps getting um outjudged when it comes to as to whether or not Coach Prime deserves a raise or a pay raise. I can see other head coaches in other athletic areas at CU probably saying like, if he gets a raise, I want a raise too. That's a big thing. A lot of people, I haven't heard anyone say yet. The reason why they are taking so long is because they are having issues with other head coaches in their other athletic programs. Got to remember. So that's one thing to consider. With that being said, so remember when they had the 5430 alliance last year, they initiated that so the public can give. Let me know, can y'all hear me? One of my devices are out. Can y'all still hear me? I think y'all can. But the so the public was able to donate to the 5430 alliance. I did donate. It's tax refundable. And that is to the actual collective. When I hear a lot of people talk about NIL on YouTube, they they confuse it. I don't want to say they don't know what they're talking about. They confuse NIL with collective. That's two different accounts, two different um places where money is allocated or paid. So the collective is like an offering that we take up in church and we divide it with the college students that are going off to college. That's the collective, okay? So every college has their own people that contribute to the collective. Their biggest donors are probably the alumni or other philanthropists that support the university. And out of that collective, there's a certain amount allocated to each athletic department, which is then, I don't know how they determine how much the athlete is given monthly, or if it's gifted to them based on certain things. Maybe if they were like Juju or Jordan Seaton or somebody in terms of their high school ranking. That I'm not sure of. But I do know every student gets a stipend out of the collective. It could be $5,000 a month. It could be $1,200 a month. It could be $10,000 a month based on how much the collective has collected. Okay? Every student gets that. But every student does not have NIL deals. And I don't, like Coach Prime asked. Somebody asked a question. I think it was Uncle Nilly. How many student athletes do you see in commercials? We only see Shedeur and Travis. Last year we saw maybe two other athletes who are now in the NFL. Those are NIL. Everybody does not have NIL, but everybody does get collective. So that brings me to what I mentioned earlier, the cost of living in Colorado. So it's a difference when you're living on campus and when you're living off campus, right? So if you're living on campus, your housing and your meals are coming out of your tuition, whether it be your financial aid or scholarships or any or other stuff. That stuff is taken care of. You don't have to worry about it. But if you're living off campus, now in Colorado for a studio apartment, maybe a one bedroom, that's $5,000 a month. Now you can offset this cost by having a roommate, but then you got to get a one bedroom or two bedroom. That's going to up the monthly rent. It's very expensive to live in Boulder, Colorado. So I think the issue that we've been running into and with recruiting and everything is some of the students may be wanting to be off campus, but because of the collective amount, it doesn't make sense to come play in Colorado, live in Colorado if we cannot afford to retain that student or maintain them through the collective. I hope that makes sense because what I'm hearing is we have a money issue in our athletic department and that we keep getting outbidded by other schools because we cannot afford top talent. That and also Coach Prime said a lot of times, they think they're coming to see you to choose us when we're actually trying to choose them. So I think that's 50-50 because at least two or three of the athletes that we were hoping to get, they went somewhere else. And I'm gonna be honest with you, people do make decisions based on money, which is sad but true, right? I'm going to get to how a lot of students has been finessed out of their opportunities to come to Colorado just to go somewhere else and not see anything, not playing time, not get the collective, none of that. They just the system of coaches, clear coaches, they just don't want the talent to be in Colorado. So they'd rather tell you they're going to give you this, they don't cut your check for that, but never give it to you just so you don't end up on the roster at Colorado. Which brings me to the portal. And you guys, I'm not going to be discussing no players until after the spring. Why? Because every spring we spend from January to March, April with these new players, only for half of them to jump in the portal and go somewhere else. So I'm not discussing no new nephews until after the spring. I do wish all of them the best. It's just that I'm not about to put people all over my channel and all over my social media when they're gonna end up going somewhere else. So I'd rather wait till after the spring to, show my love. So just bear with me. So as we're talking about the portal, did I skip some? No. Okay. So that was Rick Scott's message to everyone. So we want to say shout out to our nephews and CU football for the first time in 120 years. This football program um has a GPA collectively from all players. They average at a 3.0 GPA, which is great. You know, I came up through high school. Everybody say football players were. I'm not gonna say the D word, but they just had a reputation for not being so smart. I've written a few essays sometime before, but yeah, they just didn't want to. All they want to do is play football. They didn't want to do no schoolwork. So that is amazing for our football program, and we hope to see that go up to a 4.0. Congratulations to all of these young men who have been acknowledged and highlighted for um the Big 12 first, second, sometimes third and fourth team. All I don't want to say all American, but not sure what that says. But for first team, they chose Shedeur and Travis, BJ Green, Nakai Hill, who's no longer there. I shouldn't even say his name. Um, Second team, Cameron, Selman Craig, and LeJontay. And fourth team is Jordan Seaton and Mark Vassie. We wish y'all the best. We wish y'all the best. And they are just coming back from Orlando playing in the Hula Bowl as well. I did hear Coach Prime say they were also getting ready for the East West Shrine Bowl. Yeah, yeah. So it's some more football to be played. It's some more football to be played. So we definitely want to wish them all the best. I do have a video also from Coach Prime. Give me one moment. Oh, it's on his page. Oh, done. Thought I bookmarked it. Give me one moment, y'all. Talk among yourselves while I queue up this video real quick. No, but for real, I miss y'all. I'm like, ooh, I have to find time to get online. Okay, here's the video. Okay, here we go. Okay, check my
Hey, I
email.
love you, my
Yes,
man.
ma'am.
My guys, Justin, Bentley, Shane, Shadozi, BJ, mate. I'm gonna miss you guys, man. I miss you already. I don't know how I'm gonna continue without you because I love you guys just that much. And the only reason I'm here is because this man is blessing me tremendously and to see you guys one last time in a football uniform before you go pro. And I love you tremendously. Pretty Tony, Bucky, and the rest of you guys at the table, much love. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait till you get off that phone and pay attention to me right now. I couldn't wait to when they chose me to go to Hawaii to play the Hula Bowl. I couldn't wait. I'm a brother from Fort Myers, Florida. I know that curl looked wet, it was dry. I couldn't wait to get on that plane and fly over there in Hawaii to play some darn football. You mean to tell me that my gift has taken me way over to Hawaii to play some football? I couldn't wait. The first practice, I could remember being on the bus talking junk to Rodney Peters, some of the quarterbacks over at the Hula Bowl. I couldn't wait. I wish you would throw it at me. I wish you would throw it at me in this Hula Bowl because this was the first time I got an opportunity to play against what you call the best. I couldn't wait to practice each and every day to get on that bus to tell them what I was going to do to a receiver when I lined up across them. I couldn't wait as that clock ticked down and we were about to play that game. I couldn't wait. See those things, the little things, and those little opportunities that you take for granted. I couldn't wait to get it
Because I had told my mother when I was 7 years old I was going to make a lot of money. I was going to be rich and she never was going to have to work another day in her life, that I couldn't wait for that opportunity to show you what I had. I couldn't wait. That's why when I'm walking around practice, I'm seeing you guys jogging and lollygagging and playing around, and you don't understand this is an opportunity that you have in front of all these darn pro coaches that can change your life by a phone call. I couldn't wait. Because Doug said it was an opportunity, and you're right. See, you get misconstrued an opportunity and a chance. See, a chance is something somebody gives you when they really don't trust you. Because they give you that chance and they still got to look over your back and check on you because they gave you a chance because they really don't trust you. But an opportunity, I could give you that and walk away because I know what I gave you, you're going to treasure. Some of you in here tonight, you're going to get an opportunity. And some of you are going to get a chance. If I was you, I would want the opportunity and not the chance. So I don't know what you're going to do, how you're going to go about it, but I couldn't wait. I forgot all about that MVP trophy. I got to go home and dust that thing off. But I expected that because of the way I went out after that opportunity. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm still a brother from the inner city, right down the street in Fort Myers, Florida. And I'm full circle. And I love it. I treasure this jacket. Yeah, like Dougie said, we ain't a master, but I feel mastered. I feel like I mastered this game. Thank you, and I appreciate it. Fellas, I love you, appreciate it. I'm praying for you. Don't get injured, don't get hurt, but go hard and don't tap out, all right? Because this game can change your life like it has changed mine. God bless you.
Y'all. Oh my goodness. I have watched that speech over and over again. Give me one moment, Rev. Let me send you this invite. Anybody else who want to come up here, go ahead and email me so I can send you the link to join me for the remainder of the show. Just have a few more topics. I told y'all I got time today. I got time today. Give me one moment. What y'all think about that? Do y'all think they heard him? Do y'all think the players in the audience heard Coach Prime? I think that was a great experience for them. Um, I can't wait to hear some of them speak about it, their experience. Okay, Rev, check your email. I just sent you the link, and I'm gonna who is that? Welcome, Portia. The Big Bank Pay Little Bank. Hi, Shirley Kimball. Y'all, this is the afternoon brunch break, lunch break. Some of y'all getting ready to drive home with me. Y'all have a safe trip. Be careful out there in traffic. Um, what I was telling them earlier when I first came on the show was I had an anonymous giver. Somebody sent me a cash app. I don't know their name. I couldn't identify their phone number because I've never received anything from this person, but they sent me a cash app and told me to clock in on YouTube. I guess there's some particular area or topic they wanted me to address. I appreciate them. Um, but it made me feel missed, and I really appreciate your blessing that you did send. I don't take it for granted. And I don't do this for the money, but um I appreciate the donation. It was a shock. It was a surprise. It was I literally was minding my own business and I don't even check my cash app unless I am expecting something. You know what I mean? So I saw a notification and I went down there and lo and behold was a cash app blessing in a note told me to clock in on YouTube. So I'm like, okay. I'm gonna clock in on YouTube. So God is good. Thank you. Welcome to the stage, Reverend BJ Nelson. How you doing, brother?
Hey sis, how are you?
I'm blessed. I can't complain.
Good, good. Can I comment on the East West Shrine game?
Absolutely. You can go ahead and comment. Go ahead.
When a lot of people don't know that this is not a bowl game, but the East West Shrine game is more so a game that was started by a charity, the Shriners for Children, but is one of the oldest games that's played, is one of the most valued games that's played, and is one of the most watched games that's played because based upon, and this came way before the Hula Bowl, and but many guys in college have been pulled out of their performance on the East West Shrine game, and from what I understand, Shedeur is going to be there throwing too.
Okay. So Shador is going to be the quarterback that's highlighted.
Ma'am, that's what I heard.
So that's why nephew been chilling. He's been on ice. He's trying to get ready for,
Exactly.
performing. I get
Exactly.
it. I'm all for it. They better not hurt him though. My concern is this: in these bowl games and these extra, what they call these little games, pickup games. I don't want any of our potential draft players who are going into the draft to get injured in these little games. That's what I'm worried about.
hmm like the poster says, 100 years. That's how long it's been going.
So I pulled it up as you were speaking about it. It says tickets on sale now, 100th game.
hmm
So January 30th, 2025, in Arlington, Texas, live on the NFL Network. And we have a Shriners Hospital right here, not far from me. So I kind of those proceeds definitely go in
Yeah,
to great use.
it's 100 years.
So
That goes back to when they was playing in leather helmets.
I can't imagine like God bless you,
Leather
honey, because
helmet.
CTE is what all I can see in a leather helmet, honey. Oh my goodness. So we got Shador, somebody from BYU, Tyler Batty, Shiloh Sanders, LeJontay Wester, Jimmy Horn, Cameron Thorne Craig, Will Shepherd. Okay.
Yes, it's more of them playing in the Shriners than played in the Hula.
Well, this one definitely going to be the place to be. Okay. They even got us in the line. Yeah. Okay. Premium seats. Who else? You going? Reb, you gonna be there?
Oh no, I'm gonna be in front of my TV.
I heard that. Listen, we might
Portia,
be doing a game day watch, what they call a watch party on YouTube or something that day.
Portia, you right. I thought it was more so close to 60, but 57 is, yeah, exactly.
57 players from the Shrine Bowl were drafted into the.
Yes,
Wow.
exactly. Thank you,
My,
Portia, for
so
pulling
I
that up.
didn't hear that this is the bowl game that the NFL watches closely. Somebody
Yeah,
did say that. I heard
yeah.
that.
hmm
Oh, this gonna be nice. How my auntie said, this gonna be nice. Okay. So, but yeah, that's what's coming up next. I had that on my agenda as well. And let's look at these drafts real quick. You want to hang out with me for a second, Real?
Okay.
Now you can fall off at any time. I tell people when they come up here, today I told y'all it was gonna be a good show. I was gonna watch my mouth. I said you wasn't here when I said that. However, if I do discuss a subject that you don't want to be affiliated with, go ahead and drop down because you
I ain't
know
scared. I ain't
I
scared.
address the elephant in the room.
I ain't scared.
Oh, you ain't scared? I love it. I love it. So let's go into our next topic. So our next topic, while we're going to talk about some of our draft hopefuls real quick. Let me see. Da, 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 da. Okay, we have Jordan Seaton, who has who has been crowned an All American on the All American freshman All American team. So he's been blessed with that opportunity. Jordan been doing his thing. I'm so proud of him. He's so mature to be such a young man. Sometimes I have to re-look at him, be like, he is fresh out of high school, but he look like he been raised by old people all his life, the way he act. But he's very mature. You have to remind yourself he's just out of high school. So congratulations to Jordan.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And so entering the draft, I don't know if you can see as fast as I can see over here. We have Chidozie. He
Block
has
bullet.
declared, yes, the block bully. He has declared himself into the draft. I'm gonna slow cook some things, Rev. So you can go
Okay.
ahead and get some commentary, but I'm gonna pull it up because I don't know if everybody has had the opportunity to um
From what I
explore.
understand, um, the scouts have really been looking at him. Some naysayers are saying he's not tall enough, but he's been combating the fact of his height with how he plays because
Mhm,
he plugs holes like a grease in a pipe. You can't get through him.
mhm,
And so that's what's going to make him more valuable because uh, most teams, they're looking for players that can do that. And what's the thing about to his credit and what's been said about him, they ain't seen nobody take on two, being double teamed and hold them as well as he's been able to do. And he was doing
so he
that at
been handling
University of
business.
Houston.
He been handling business, honey.
Exactly. He was doing that. He was doing that at U of H. So when he came to Colorado and they put him on that line, they said, "Well, it's true." And he was doing it all season. They was and they had to double team him because he was just that aggressive.
First of all, he lives rent free in my mind for choke slamming that boy with one arm at UCO.
Not he,
When he
not he
did
did, not
that,
he did the Undertaker.
he did that with one arm. I say, if y'all don't leave, that game was intense. But baby, when I saw my nephew choke slam somebody with one arm, I say, Jesus, okay. So he's been one of my favorites ever since then. He had made a great impact. But let's go over his draft letter. He said, God, I love you. Without you, I wouldn't have nothing. Only me and you know how much it took to get to this point of life, to be able to have the opportunity to continue to chase my dreams with my beautiful baby girl in my family alongside me. God, I also thank you for everyone you continue to bring in my life to challenge and test me. I will forever have faith through it all. To my coaches, Coach Brian Early, Damian Lewis, and Warren Sapp, Coach Prime, y'all already know what the deal is. The job is nowhere near finished. To the University of Houston and the University of Colorado, I'm thankful for everything from all my from all my prayers, from my CU aunties to all the love from all the fans, to all my brothers that's still in college chasing y'all dreams. Don't stop. Have faith in everything you do, even if your outcome is not what you wanted it to be. To all my brothers that paved the way and where I'm headed into set a standard for me, I'm coming. I'll forever appreciate all the long life connections I made along the way. With God by my side, I will be declaring for the 2025 NFL draft. Job 16 and 22. Block Bully. That was beautiful. Congratulations to you, Chidozie, and we definitely will be watching your journey. Coach, Reverend BJ Nelson, what you got to say about that?
That's awesome. Can let me kind of go over something that's slightly overlooked,
Hmm.
but I take notice of it every opportunity I see it. A lot of these players, our nephews, have a personal relationship with the Lord,
They do.
and so it hits different because of that with them, and they come
Mhm.
from Christian families. Now, uh, he is going to do well, and is if he's able to stay healthy, he hadn't had a lot of injury problems. He's able to stay healthy. They're gonna have to pay him. They is gonna have to pay him
I
because
agree.
he's going he because his performance gonna say, okay, if we want to keep him, we gonna have to pay him because otherwise, some other team when that free agency time come along, they gonna scoop him up like like ice cream in a bucket. They gonna just put that ice cream shovel down in there, and they just gonna pull him onto their team. But I'm interested to see what his younger brother's gonna do now that he's gone.
Well, I do know the brothers have big shoes to fill. His brother, LeJounte's brother, um, uh,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
other brother. But I agree with Portia. Portia said, Block Bully is a game changer. He plays big and disrupt the O line. Who don't want him? Who doesn't want that? I agree.
Yeah,
Like
she
they
right.
better stop trying to. And a lot of I don't know. The NFL is very finicky. We'll see. But last year we knew we were new to the NFL draft, but this year we definitely have a few players that can make an impact and show up and be present and should have, be drafted in the
Hmm.
round. So they can't keep doing this to Coach Prime because they don't like Coach Prime. They have to stop this. Okay. This is not an HBCU anymore. This is a real actual school, a program. So let's see. But if anybody besides Travis and Shedeur get the opportunities that we know that they definitely are proven and should and that they deserve. I can't read BJ's draft note because it's so blurry. But we do want to say congratulations to him. He's entering the draft. Levante Bentley is entering the draft. I thought he was going to a semi pro team. Did I see that somewhere?
I didn't.
Okay,
I know
maybe
he was handling business in that hula bowl.
he did. Okay, so I didn't see the bowl. Please update me. How
Well,
did we do?
I think I think overall that the ones that was there did well. I think they're the big excuse me, the bigger notice is going to be when they play in this East West Shrine game because most of the guys that played in the hula were linemen. Majority were linemen. Uh, them, uh, Shane Coates, a couple others, but now we got a more bigger um, picture of how they roll as a team, because you got Jimmy, you got LaJohntay, you got um, um, you got Shedeur. I don't remember if Travis is gonna play or not. But the thing about it is, when you more familiar with who's around you, you play better.
That is true. That is true. So I did pull up his Instagram information. The post that I saw was the one where he did the announcement that he signed to a sports agency. But before I go into that, let's read his draft entry. He said, first and foremost, I want to express my deep gratitude to God for his unwavering grace, guidance, and the countless blessings he has bestowed upon my life. I've had the privilege of playing the incredible game of football since I was just 4 years old, and throughout this journey, I've encountered extraordinary individuals and formed lasting relationships. To my family, I cannot thank you enough for your unconditional love, support, and the sacrifices you've made to help me reach this milestone. Your steadfast encouragement has been my rock and my inspiration, pushing me to persevere every step of the way. To my teammates and brothers, thank you for the blood, sweat, and tears we poured into this game together. The bounds were forged the bounds we forged will endure for a lifetime. A heartfelt thank you to Clemson and Colorado for believing in me, taking a chance on my potential, and instilling in me a daily commitment to excellence. My appreciation for the opportunity to play this sport I cherish only continues to grow. TTP, and we all know that means trust the process. With that said, I'm excited to declare for the 2025 NFL Draft. Go Bucks. Go ahead, Bentley. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. Well, him and Jago and the Black Bully, I won't mess his name up. They have something in common. They both Qs, so they automatically go after
Yep, that's a dog in them, honey.
it. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. So they
Don't
didn't
start
they,
me.
they didn't just now start being dog. They've been dogs since they came off that pledge line.
Okay, listen. Anywho, with that being said,
Shoot, I
let's
need to go back
read.
grad chapter.
Okay, Rev, I would love to see you do your hop and your skill.
Shoot.
So this person, Chris Rogers, super agent. He said, proud to announce Levante Bentley has officially signed with Legacy Sports Advisory. This one is different. I've had the privilege of watching Levante grow into the man he is today, starting back in 10th grade at Parker NJO through his time at the TAP Leadership Program and on to graduating from Clemson University. What I respect most about you, King Bentley, is your patience and trust in the process. Now you've taken the ultimate step by trusting me as your NFL agent. You know, I'm 10 toes down with you always. Go handle business at the Hula Bowl and take it to the next level. Staying on the course has brought you here, and this is just the beginning. We are trusting God's plan. You're the first TAP student to sign with me, and that's a moment I'll always cherish. Yeah, so that's pretty deep and very heartfelt. I appreciate that. I'm proud. I'm so proud of all of them. I cannot even put it into words.
Oh,
But
oh, 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 oh. Sis,
Mhm.
guess who I ran into on Saturday?
Oh,
I ran into one of the nephews.
oh,
I had to go to Fort Worth to eulogize my uncle, and
okay,
so I left. Me and family members left here Saturday. We went into Love Field Airport, and I was going to baggage claim, and he was coming in. It was Carter Stottmeyer.
okay, Carter.
I didn't call him. I just said Carter. He looked up at looked up at me. I said, great job, man. I said, keep up the good work. We're looking forward to seeing what's going to happen for you this season. And he just smiled. He said, thank you. We parted ways.
Oh, look at Carter. He probably thought you was finna tell him a thing or two.
Yeah, but I think I think he's not used to being noticed yet.
You think so? I think he's an introvert.
Well, he is. Well, yes, mom and daddy said that. Yeah, yeah. He's not. He's just kind of laid back.
Okay. Oh, so how did he take the acknowledgement in you
He
seeing
smiled.
him?
He smiled, but he was kind of still in a state of shock.
Oh, Carter, you ain't gotta be like that, baby. We love
Yeah,
you.
yeah. He
Just
was
don't
just
yell
kind
at
of like
Coach Prime no
he was
more.
like, how you know me?
Oh, he's not used to being,
Right. Recognize.
running into fans. I
Right.
get it. I get
Right.
it.
Right. Mm-hmm. I
Oh,
sure
that
did.
was so nice of you.
I said, look at. I said,
Um,
look at that, and that boy tall too.
is he? How tall?
Oh,
About 6'2", 6'3"?
that boy got to be 6'3", 6'4".
Rick Carter?
Carter ain't no. Carter ain't little. Carter not little. He got them. He got them big shoulders too. With our pads on.
Okay. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
It's gonna be interesting to see where they put
Carter,
him this year.
we looking forward to seeing you this upcoming season. What do you think they're gonna put him in? What is he doing? Safety, right?
Yeah. Um. They may have
Yeah.
to. They may have to keep him at safety.
You think
Uh.
so?
Yeah. But there's been some talk about prior to these pickups that we got. They was kind of talking about moving him down to linebacker, but I don't think that's gonna happen because we getting some strong linebackers coming in.
Okay. Well, I need him to do some speed training on the off season. I know he ran track. His mom ran track too, but I need him to not be getting cooked out there. That's what I
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I would hope. That's
Yeah.
on my wish list for next
Yeah.
season.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, so I cannot. This is Shane Cooks. He is declaring for the draft. Unfortunately, it's too blurry for me to read, y'all. So we definitely want to wish him the best and God bless him on his journey and all. So Coach Prime was so happy to see them sitting in the front seat at the Hula Bowl when he was speaking. I felt so happy for Coach Prime.
Let me see if I can, because I'm standing in front of my TV. I'm kind of got real close. Let me see. First and foremost, oh, okay.
Uh-oh, it changed up on you. Give me a moment. It's blurry. It's real blurry. It should pop back up.
There go the shark.
And see, when I'm trying to read blurry text, it sounds like I can't read. It's not that I can't read. I can't see
Yeah, I know. See,
it.
first and foremost, I would like to thank God for His unwavering grace and guidance, which have been constant throughout my life. The game uh, taken has taken me places I never imagined I would see, and it introduced me to people that I had profoundly changed my that have profoundly changed my life. To my family, thank you for helping me reach this point and for carrying me even further. Your love, support, and sacrifices have um
Shaped.
what shaped me into the man I am today and have been the foundation for my relentless drive and work ethic. To Dartmouth College, Coach Brooks, Coach Dobes, Coach Brom,
Brown.
Coach McKay, and Coach Freebus,
Jesus.
may he
Mm.
rest in peace. Thank you for giving a 17-year-old kid from Dayton, Ohio, a chance. You have helped the You have helped me grow into the man and player I am today, and
Instilled.
instill values that I will carry forever. To the college that has shaped me into my let's see,
At my core and
oh
taught
core
me.
and talk. Okay, you could take over then. I will always cherish. I am well. It's getting blurry as to get down to the bottom of it.
I told you.
As we get down to
I
the bottom,
told you.
I am
It
eternally
says
grateful to
to
have
the
grown
to the
up
college.
surrounded by
Yeah, go
those
ahead.
people and in those
Wood.
modes. Woods. Okay.
Mhm. So to the University of Colorado, Coach Nick, Coach Sal, Coach Kelly, Coach Lewis, Coach Sapp, Coach Livingston, Coach Mo, and Coach Prime, thank you for welcoming me into this program and allowing me to be part of the
Transformation.
transformation.
Hmm.
Thank you for
Invaluable.
invaluable lessons you taught me over the past 2 years. I have grown tremendously as both a player and a person through the highs and lows, the struggles and triumphs, and the wins and losses. To my teammates and brothers, thank you for the countless hours of blood, sweat, and tears we poured into the game together. Um, though through the good times and the bad, the championship seasons and the tough
Tough.
ones. Oh
Mhm.
God. There is no other group I would have rather shared this journey with. I will always treasure the lifelong memories we created. This chapter has come to a close, but the journey is far from over, and there is still much work to be done. With with that being said, I'm officially declaring for the 2025 NFL Draft. Shane Coates. Go ahead, Shane, honey. Reb, I don't know about your eyes, but mine is throbbing.
Ah,
Oh goodness. Portia, I see you. You say you a Zeta. Okay, sis.
go ahead, Zeta.
Yes, ma'am.
Blue and
That's
white.
one of my. Oh, today is Shane's birthday. Okay. Happy birthday, Shane.
All right, nephew.
Yeah. God bless you on your journey. Happy born day, baby. So, y'all, we're coming to a closing when it comes to our NFL declarations. What we haven't heard, though, we haven't seen Travis declare, Shiloh or Shador or LaJonte
Or Jimmy.
or Jimmy. I don't know if they just did a verbal declaration or it'll come out soon. But yeah, and congratulations to Jimmy for being invited to the NFL Combine.
Hmm.
I want to be there for that. I might have to go and get me some respite to come look after these babies because I gotta go outside. So yeah. So our next nephew, y'all, is Cameron Stillman Craig. And for Cameron, let's see what he has to say. If I can see it. Okay, I can read his real good. He said he's a part of Young Money Sports. So he's over
Hmm.
there with Travis. He said, hey, first of all, I would like to thank God for blessing me with this opportunity to play this wonderful game of football. I want to thank my family for always being my biggest supporters and always being one call away, no matter what. I also want to thank my love, Mia, for being there for me and loving me through all the ups and downs. Y'all are greatly appreciated. To Jackson State, thanks thanks y'all for accepting me as a kid and helping me grow to a man. Forever my second home, also blessed to be a part of Jackson State family forever. To the Buff family, thank you for all the terrific memories and all the unconditional love. That's no better feeling than running out into Folsom Field. Thank you all. To Coach Livingston, Coach Mathis, Coach Prime, thank you all for pushing me every day to be a better player while always pushing me to be a better man. I can't thank you all enough. With that being said, I am overly excited to announce that I'm declaring for the 2025 NFL Draft Shark Out. Cameron Sylvan Craig. That was beautiful.
Yeah,
That
the
was
shark
beautiful.
gonna be eating up some
I'm
folk.
gonna miss him so
Go
much.
get it.
I'm gonna miss him so much. It's gonna be different.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to expect. Like I said earlier, I'm not going to discuss the new players until after the spring because they like to play games and jump in the portal and stuff like that. So I won't be talking about no players until after the spring game. Okay, y'all? Because here's the thing. At this point, we know that there are people that utilize Colorado in Coach Prime's prime effect to boost their own profiles and their visibility. I'm not about to play that game with y'all.
Hmm.
And I'm talking to the young men. It's a couple, it's at least two that don't look like they are solid, that they're gonna be there after the spring. And y'all gonna be shocked if they leave. That's all I'm gonna
Yeah.
say.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you like this. With I think it's this week coming up that they go in strength and conditioning.
Hmm. They're
And
gonna make them and break them in there, honey. I'm gonna get
exactly.
to it. Like, don't
Yeah.
move ahead of me. That's the last. That's the
Okay.
gravy
Okay.
on the
Okay.
right.
Okay. Okay. I,
We
I
cooking
pause.
oxtails today. We simmering. We stirring up the pot right now, but we about to finish this pot of oxtails.
All right.
We gonna get to it, Ram.
Okay.
So let's get through it. So, Cameron Silman Craig, nephew, we wish you the best. And I know I use this term a lot, God bless you on your journey. Regardless, I mean it, regardless of how it comes out. But I definitely wish them the best. God bless them on their journey. And we definitely will be following them to their next phase and next level. It's going to be an interesting experience to see the draft and see where they place our gifted nephews and see where they fall in the draft. So we all will be tuning in. We all will be tuning in. So I just got to talking about spring, right? And how I'm not talking about no players until after the spring game. So this was a shocker to many of us for when we heard about this nephew, Khalil Benson, entering the portal. And I'm not necessarily going to discuss the shock to the shock about it. You know, everybody has to do what they have to do and do what's best for them. I get it. But what I am going to address is one, like I tell y'all all the time, Coach Prime don't endorse everybody. He don't everybody that leave, he don't follow up with his blessings, right? He did respond to the tweet. He reposted it. He said, "Love you, my man. And tell your mama she can still cook, even though you
You
dipped
do
on
know.
me. LOL. I'm gonna miss you, man." So that was very, very nice and genuine of Coach Prime to, send Khalil his best wishes as he went back to the school he came from, which made me say, because it's like, and again, whether he was genuine or not, that's not for me to say. But what I said previously a few seconds ago is a lot of people use the CU platform to get visibility, to pick up on whatever their intentions are. But I wanted to highlight what the fan said. The fan named Egypt says they are all users. They come for the hype, take what they can, under deliver, then leave, then talk about how much they learn and love the culture. And I, I don't feel that way, not for all of that, but and I'm not just saying it's about Khalil. I'm just saying this is what we are now looking at when it comes to college football specifically Coach Prime, the Prime effect, and the lights and attention that CU gets. A lot of players are onto it now, whether they decide to commit to us or not. They'll act like they're committing just for the engagement of it all on social media. Their numbers go up, they trend, but they never intend to commit, or they might commit and then another school probably gives them more money. But so this is one of the main reasons, you guys, why I am not talking about no players until after the spring game, even though I have a whole family member over there on CU team. Okay, honestly, for real talk, I ain't lying. I have a real nephew over there, like blood of my blood and bone of my bones. I
He
ain't
played
talking
for
about,
you?
yes, and I'm not gonna mention no players until after the spring game. Okay,
Okay.
so but it's unfortunate that a lot of them don't see the value and substance in the program. They're only there. They just, there for
You know,
whatever personal reason.
I think sometimes some of these players look for instant gratification. And Khalil's been hurt a couple of times this season, and he needed to be developed a little bit more. And I think he was in a good place to be developed, but I think those injuries had him frustrated.
Mm. And with injuries, a lot of times, a lot of injuries are there because you are not conditioned as you supposed to be, or could be, or need to be.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're gonna get into that when we get down to our new staff member. So, and talking about earlier, we were talking about Rejoice's message. So for I just felt compelled to share this little story that some of us are aware of when Florida reportedly offered $13 million to four-star quarterback Jaden Rashada, but the deal fell through. And Florida quarterback recruit Jaden Rashada requested a release from his national letter of intent Tuesday. This is an old story, but I'm going somewhere tonight after a $13 million 13 million name, image, and likeness deal fell through. A person familiar with the situation told the Associated Press. The person spoke to the Associated Press on conditions of anonymity because neither side has publicly acknowledged the um, pending split. It also said, but his arrival in Gainesville was contingent on a 4-year, $13 million NIL deal he signed with the Gator Collective, according to the person. The Gator Collective is an independent fundraising arm that disperses money to student athletes in all sports. The financial backing fell through. However, the Gator Collective terminated the binding agreement and left Florida coach Billy Napier to scramble to try to get Rashada on campus. So what I said earlier is the collective and NIL is two different things.
Yeah,
And the collective is made up of people who have feelings, they have ideologies, and they have a say so who they want their money to go to. So the thing is I would like for our young men to be aware of is that the hustle is on both sides. You got players hustling and you got schools hustling. Okay. And a lot of the schools, some of them I'll say, are playing the long game. We can't get you over here. We'll promise you this. We just don't want Coach Prime to have you. So with that being said, let me get into share my screen so we can see this because this is real. This is something that has been happening. These young men have been getting scammed out of their entire opportunity. They choose to go to another school. They don't get no playing time. They 6 and 8, 18 string on the depth chart, and they don't
not
even get the they don't even get the collective that was promised to them.
not 18.
18th on the damn, excuse me, on the depth chart.
Yeah,
Like
Lord.
we don't never see you on the depth chart. So this came out the end of December. It said new Florida State head basketball coach Leonard Hamilton is getting sued by 6 former players for over $1.5 million for missed NIL payments they said he promised. First of all, NIL and collective are two different
Different thing.
things. And so Savion, if we remember who Savion is, he's a running back that came over from Jackson State
Should have been Washington.
to CU. Wilkinson.
Yeah.
Saban, yes. So he was the running back that came over from Jackson State to CU, and he left around the time Dylan left. So
Hmm.
following Dylan and the other people who left, he said this is happening all over college sports, and it's sad. It happened to me this past season at Georgia State.
Mm.
College athletes, make sure you have everything in writing. Do not trust anybody's word in regard to any money when it comes to NIL. Everything must be documented. And I've been saying this, I've been saying it from the
Mm.
rooftop, honey. If you don't see that, here's an issue, Rev. They want the opportunities, they want the money. However, that fine printing is the fine printing. There are some contingencies that are listed in these contracts that they are not aware of. Sometimes the coaches even know what these clauses are, but they don't make the student athletes aware that if you don't maintain that C or above, that just voids out the whole possibility of the amount that we were going to give you. Your amount will get cut. Now, maintaining, say you drop to a D and bring it back up. No, you didn't maintain it. You can never drop your GPA while you're on scholarship or any type of stipend. You can't. You can't fall off. And then one of the other things is in the clause is you cannot miss over a certain amount of days. Like you
Mm.
can't miss 3 days out from now class at all, unless you have a grand reason for not being there, be it online or in person. So once that happens, that cancels out the contract as well. And other little things that they should be able to do, right? But because they didn't hold up that small end of the bargain, that voids the entire contract. So what Savion is
Savion.
saying
Yeah. Savion graduated though, and that's kind of crazy.
from Georgia State,
He
yeah.
graduated.
So
He graduated from CU.
no, he didn't. It's two. We had two Savions. We had Savion Wilkinson and Savion Washington.
Okay. Okay. Washington was the one that was the running back.
No, Wilkinson.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Wilkerson
this
was.
one.
I saw a picture with Wilkerson, The Rock, and who else was in? They was at the graduation.
Probably so. Here's his
No, they
picture
were
right
sitting
here.
there in cap and gown. They were sitting there in cap and gown.
I believe you. I just don't remember, but I believe you. So he went to Georgia as a grad student for a running
Yeah.
to be a
Yeah.
running back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is Savion, the running back. I'm gonna
That,
call him little.
okay. We could get that's a different Savion. That's not the same one. That's not the running back.
This one that you're looking at is the running back.
Okay. Mm-mm.
We had two Savions.
Mm-hmm.
One was on the line and one was the running back. This one is the running back.
Mm.
Hold on. Let me pull up pictures. He's the running back, baby. Hold on.
Was tremendous, and he ran his butt off. This kid is a pro, man. He's physical. He's tough. He can run outside the tackles. He can run inside the tackles. He don't lay the ball around often. He can catch out at the backfield. He
Okay.
can block.
Yeah, that's the one who came from Jackson State,
He's
ain't
a
it,
pro.
sis?
He really is a pro.
Yes,
And
this is Savion, the one from Jackson State.
Okay, that's the
So
one I'm talking about. Yeah. He graduated. He graduated from CU.
okay. So
Yeah,
he
he
when he
graduated.
went to Georgia, he went in the portal behind Dylan and Alto and went to Georgia
Yeah.
Tech, I think it
Yeah.
was,
Yeah.
to play more ball. I get and want more money. So
Yeah.
he basically bear witness and admitted that they didn't give him what he asked for. And the
Mm-hmm.
thing about this is the crazy part about this is he the only one. Imagine the young men who got finessed and conned to go to some school from a promise to
Mm-hmm.
receive, you know, compensation for name, image, and likeness or a bigger collective,
Hmm.
and they didn't get it. But they're too embarrassed to talk about it.
Right.
They go away quietly because they're embarrassed. I'm glad he said something though. And so I just want to, I like to put this out there for these nephews to know it's nasty work out here. You better get it in writing or stay where you at.
Hmm.
What you got to say? Real, what's up? What you got to say? What you
No,
got
I'm
to
just
answer this?
not just yet. See, they need to that they need to check and double check and redouble check the check that they checked before they start running out and going to other schools.
Yeah, they so
I
quick
wish,
to
I wish there
move
was
off
a
a
way that
promise of money
I
and
wish there was a
payment.
way that they could. Yeah, I wish there was a way they can kind of tap in and get some questions answers before they jump in the portal.
No, there is a way. Rev. It's called a sports attorney and a proper agent. Stop
Well,
doing
yeah,
it yourself.
yeah, true,
If you
very
don't want to sit down and read all that paperwork and look up all them words, you need a professional to do their job. And you just got to get them 10 or 20%,
true.
15%.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You're right.
There is a way.
I forgot that about the agents.
Yeah. Since
Hmm.
since they are being compensated to play, they can definitely retain a sports agent or in both or a sports attorney to do that legalese for them. They don't have to go in no situation blindly.
True, very true.
So as we move on, we are approaching the draft coming up. Say Colorado stars Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter plan on skipping the NFL draft at Green Bay. They want to celebrate with their coaches, staff, and friends. So Deion Sanders says, "We want to celebrate with our people, with our folks, with a wonderful student body." Okay, so now it's come out that Travis is going to Green Bay, or is he
Right.
not going to Green Bay? Did he change his mind? What's going on? What did you hear, Rev?
Travis is going to the NFL draft actual uh draft,
Ceremony even.
but Shador and uh Shiloh, and I don't know where the teammates may stay, but I know that there's going to be a big celebration in the gym at CU on the draft day,
Okay.
and they'll have, of course, since they're going to be there. Excuse me, they're gonna have cameras all up in that gym.
Okay, so what my thing is, I understand Travis is who is at my door? Excuse me, y'all. This is I am expecting a delivery. At my door. Delivery. Okay. I don't see nobody. They dropped the package off and left. I'm so sorry, y'all.
It's
This is
okay.
so good. Give me one moment. Rev, you can go ahead and you know,
Yeah.
take over the stage.
Well,
Let me
you know, um, Coach Prime always does things different. So the fact that they're going to stay in CU and have their own draft celebration ought not be any kind of shock to us. Um, and then, really, truthfully, I think that um, Shiloh and Shador really gravitate toward the CU fans. Um,
mm-hmm.
and I hope that uh, LaJonte, Will, Jimmy, I would hope that they would be there too. Although that first day of the draft, I don't think any of them would be on the first day, but they would be on the second. But just the fact that they would be there.
Right. So um is this the beginning of the end of the Sanders Hunter show, the Sanders Hunter relationship? Um
No, because Shedeur and Shiloh will always be connected to Travis because when they used to go, I don't know about this season, but when they used to go on away games, Shiloh and Travis were
Travis,
roommates.
the roommate. Yeah, there that is his roommate.
Hmm.
I just know that, even, after college or when we get a certain space and level, even in high school, you kind of see people distance or going their own directions and things like that. So I do know after college, many people go into their own directions, focus on their own lives. And it's just, I don't know. I have my own
You just
perspective.
auntie mama. You just a auntie mama. That's all that is.
Thank you
You just
for
a auntie
understanding.
mama. You just want to always. Y'all need to always be together.
They do. They need to be together, stay together, stick together.
That's usually yeah. Because see, but thing about it is, boys is not gonna always do like their mama say do. They gonna always be connected. They gonna always stay in contact with each other. But they can't. It's just they got their own lives to live, so they got to learn how to live separate. They've been living together for the past 4 years.
I guess.
No, ain't no guess.
I,
That's the truth.
I want them to stay connected. I don't want them to allow the media, the scrutiny, all of this other stuff to um tear their bond apart, you know?
I think that is going to be okay. I think that's going to be okay. Because one thing is going to be okay is because Coach Prime ain't going to allow it.
So, but here's the other thing that I also know that when people were trying to figure out where Travis's dad was for the Heisman, he also said that he's going to attend the draft with his son and attend the wedding. So I was thinking that Travis made his individual decision because he want his own daddy.
But
I don't even say it like that. He want his own father or experience his moment with his dad. Coach, thank you, Coach Prime, but I got it from here type of
no,
situation
it ain't.
because his
No,
daddy
it ain't
didn't
that.
show up at the
No, no,
Heisman.
don't. You stretching now. You stretching.
I ain't stretching.
You
That
know
man was crying.
that don't mean
He
nothing.
missed that
That don't.
moment with his son.
eh, He can have both Coach Prime and his daddy.
That is true. But
He don't have,
listen,
and he don't have
I'm,
to cut off either one.
no, no, no. I'm talking about for the actual moment
Oh, for the
of the day. So, because Coach Prime gonna be busy tending to Shiloh and Shedeur. So
yes,
his parents
yes.
can be have their attention directly on him. That's my point.
Okay.
Out of respect for, you know, both parties. And of course, Coach Prime gonna try to do it all and stand in the gap for everybody. But I think it's just best this way that he shared this moment with his family so that they can focus on him.
Well, sharing them with his family, that's understandable. But I don't think that it's going to create a rift between Travis and the Sanders.
I don't think that part will, but the media is definitely. I see comments about him distancing himself from the Sanders family and all that stuff.
I don't
But
give
they
a. I don't
try.
give a.
They
I don't.
try.
Okay. Most of them they're saying that about distancing himself between the Sanders and Travis is those melanin deficient people.
That's what I'm saying. The
And
mainstream
yeah, I don't care
people
nothing
who
about the
have
melanin.
a voice to
I don't care nothing about
control
the
public
melanin deficient
opinion.
people. Care nothing about the
Hmm.
melanin deficient people.
Oh God, I get you. I get you. I'm just here to put the information out.
Yeah,
So
they're gonna say
moving
what they're
right
gonna say,
along.
even if it's a lie anyway.
Yeah, they are. Let's get into Shador for a minute. So Shador was ranked among the top 10 QBs. Um, for the 2025 NFL Draft. Now, this section of the show is called Bait and Switch. Hang on. Just hold on for a moment. Okay. On this chart, we see Shedeur as number one. So according to this, it says Drew Aller could reportedly have the chance to be a top five pick in the 2025 NFL draft if he was to make it to the national championship, according to several NFL scouts. Many NFL scouts reportedly believe Aller is a better prospect than Shedeur Sanders, with
Melanin deficient.
some. So the person said fire each and every one of these scouts right now. So
Exactly.
my point, I'm going into this. These scouts be on some mess, honey. Cause this is if this ain't a bait and switch on the highest level, I don't know what is. Now the whole season they've been out there on that field watching Shedeur at practice, at the games, all of that. Who is this little boy they trying to put up above Shedeur now?
Mm-mm.
He ain't even on this top 10 list.
Mm-mm.
Where did this child come from?
Mm-mm. Anytime I'm going anytime they can try to put a white boy over a black boy, that's always what they do.
Mm, mm.
That's
Now,
always
I
what
even
they do.
asked my
I
son,
couldn't be on TV. I couldn't be on TV.
why?
I
Why? Why you can't be on TV?
because I'm gonna tell it like it is. Ti is.
Oh, okay. That's what they need on TV, though. People who tell it like it is.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a job long. They said, well, they fired Nelson because he was just being raw and uncut.
Oh, my goodness. No, sometimes I told you over here, we address the elephant in the room. I can't exist in life sitting here being fake and phony and disingenuous. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just can't.
yeah.
I can't. So, we wanted to address the bait and switch of the scouts and how they operate and how, again, we talked about the light that the Sanders family exhibits and what they exude, and how, you have individuals that come from nowhere and try to take away the promise and ambition and everything that this family does. And this is one of those instances. They just
Mm-hmm.
pull somebody out of nowhere and put them, according to them, in the draft over Shador. So I
Mm-hmm.
want to say to us, don't be surprised if no slick mess don't start happening on draft night. I'm just saying they already letting us know.
Mm-hmm.
They already letting us know they got tricks in their bag. Okay, it's just
Mm-hmm.
we may as well get ready. So with that being said, we hear right here, Deion Sanders Jr. issues a personal plea amid the Colorado Buffaloes coaching search. So this part of my show is called CU is hiring. And this is for all the wannabe coaches, the online coaches, the YouTube coaches, the coaches in the comment, everybody who like to tell Coach Prime what he needs to do, what he should do, and he'll be a better coach if he did this. This is for you. Bring your credentials. Come up to the front right now. So, as the Colorado Buffaloes kick off their search for new coaching staff, Deion Sanders Jr. has made a personal appeal emphasizing the need for individuals who share the team's vision and culture. In a public statement, Sanders Jr. highlighted the importance of hiring coaches dedicated to developing players both on and off the field. We need leaders who can inspire and elevate this program to the next level, he said. With his father, Deion Sanders, already making waves as Colorado's head coach, the plea underscores the program's commitment to building strong foundation for long-term success. So Bucky said, since y'all got so much to say, put in your application.
Basically,
Put up
basically,
or shut up.
you
I
know so
love it.
much. You know so much. Apply for the job.
I love it. I want to. I have to address it here because I'm sure a lot of them ain't see this come across their timeline, but I'm gonna make sure it get out there.
Mm-hmm.
Today is the day. So go to and later on when I go and fix my description and all that, I'll put the employment link for CU football athletics for those of you who think that y'all can do a great job. And if you really want to help Coach Prime, go in the apply for a job. That's all I'm saying. CU Bus is hiring. Don't talk about it, be about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Rev, you might want to drop down because I'm about to talk my job. I'm just playing. No, but that's for them. But I like to say this, especially when they like to criticize these young men about their skills and ability. Like I just be wanting somebody to post up there. Let me see your video. What you did? Go dust off those VHSs.
Oh, I got a phone call I need to take.
Okay. Well, thank you
Okay.
so much for joining me today.
Okay.
So, you guys, we are down to the end of the show today. We get into the absolute meat, potatoes, and the gravy. And what you all came to hear um, about what I have to say about our new hire, the strength and conditioning coordinator or director, Mr. Andrew Swasey. So I'm just checking in. I see we got a couple of people still here. How y'all doing? So I'm gonna go back up to this picture. What does it look like Smitty was thinking? If you could put words to a picture, what would it be? What would it be? While I pull up our next video. Give me one moment as I get the next video up. Okay, here we go. So you guys, um, we've all in the last couple of days been introduced to our new um head of strength and conditioning for CU entering this new season, Mr. Andrew Swasey. Um, you say another one. What, Miss Shirley? Oh, that's what he's saying. Yeah, it looks like that's what he's saying. But another what though? You can send me the email privately. Yeah, his face is like, I want to know what Smitty is thinking because Coach Swayze, he brought the energy, he brought the heat, he brought the intensity, he brought what I've been saying in so many words that we needed over a period of time. I'm gonna tell you right now, I thoroughly enjoyed watching his speech. I watched it over and over again for a couple of reasons. Um, Being introduced to him this way is very refreshing to me. I he we share the same high school, probably different classes, but we definitely come from the same high school, Miami Carroll City Senior High. Um, I am definitely familiar with his personality, a personality like his. I've been around football for a large part of my life. I've been an athlete. I've been a coach. I've been a girls AD, a little league. So I know so many men that embody the intensity and personality and the passion that Coach Swayze has. So to see this at Colorado, it made me so excited because I know the results that can come from a coach that wants the best for you and don't mind giving it to you. Like it's not like he's choosing to present himself in that way. That's who he is. And you're either going to get results or people can't handle the pressure. But what you have to always remind athletes and anybody that has a strong coach or leader is that pressure makes diamonds if you just stick to the process. So being inundated with his presence, it made me feel a certain way. I'm like, oh my goodness. Y'all remember last year? Last year we had, let me see. Last season,
Some of
one of our
y'all got
viral
comfortable.
moments was
I'm
Coach
here to
Corey.
make you real uncomfortable. Here's truth. Where
Coach
I
Corey was
found
our
you,
viral moment
I will
last
go
season.
get another. Some of y'all
Viral.
got comfortable. I'm here to make you real uncomfortable. Here's truth. Where I found you, I will go get another.
Now,
Some of y'all
I
got comfortable.
believe every word Coach Corey had to say in last year's Prime episode. This year, Coach Prime done went to Miami and plucked one this ain't just no ordinary Florida boy, Florida man. This guy is everything that Miami is. Like I said, I have family members and grew up around coaches that act just like him.
Hey, friend, I know
So
you're from Florida, and
I'm
every
not.
time you absolutely are Florida.
I'm from Miami, though.
Right, Miami, Florida.
No,
So I know
Miami-Dade
that.
County.
Right, Miami-Dade County, United States of America.
Exactly.
Right, Florida.
No.
Florida is a state.
Yeah, it is.
Miami is in the state of Florida.
Miami is in a state of its own thing.
Okay.
That is not Florida.
Right, yeah,
So
sure.
don't ever disrespect me again.
Okay.
So this is how serious the culture is in Miami. We do not consider ourselves to be Florida. Miami is separated from Florida. You have to be on a whole nother level of psycho delusional to create something like that. However, just understand with Coach Swayze, you're gonna what you see is what you get. And when I see Smitty's face looking like that, it's like Smitty looking at that man like he ain't never in his life came across somebody or something or anything like a Coach Swayze. Listen, when Coach Swayze was speaking, it was so much going on. Y'all know I got ADD. I'm like, I'm listening to him, I'm watching him, but I'm watching the room as well. It was a lot going on. He made Omarion stand up because Omarion was, I guess, dozing off. Coach Swayze, you gonna have to lay off of Omarion, okay? That's our baby. Deal with him accordingly, but baby, don't be embarrassing him in front of everybody. Okay, that's my only request. Not Omarion. Anybody else, but not Omarion, okay? So yeah, that's how Smitty's face was looking when Coach Swayze was speaking. And so we're gonna get into some of Coach Swayze's work real quick if y'all can bear with me. And let's take a look. Cause he's not new to the scene. He ain't just round here. He's from here. Like he is that guy. He's definitely going to be an asset to definitely he's going to be an asset to the staff and the athlete. You say what the devil? Who is this fool? Is that what his face looking like? Oh my goodness, y'all! Smitty is like, what in the world did we do? Like he looking like he is regretting. Like he don't know why he looking at that man like that. But it's like, oh my goodness, I was laughing so hard at Smitty's face, y'all. So he did come to us from Columbus High School. He said our athletic team have soared to new heights over the last 3 years under the leadership of Andrew Swasey. And now Coach Prime has called him to join the University of Colorado as their new head of strength and conditioning. Congrats to Coach Swayze. Hashtag see pride. And I don't know what that. I don't know what Aladante. So if you Google him yourself, you will read that he is definitely a man where his reputation precedes him. Give me one moment. I think somebody is okay. Bear with me, Rev. He is definitely a man where his reputation precedes him, and there's nothing more refreshing i- is to have somebody that actually comes to help you and know what they're doing, and they know how to get the results that you've been craving for. Why did that go back? There we go. And so he's did 15 years at the University of Miami. They say the UM produced under his training 35 first round draft picks during his tenure and well over 100 players in total drafted in the NFL. The University of Miami won two national championships with him in the weight room. Where's his speech though? He said that when I tell you, hold on a second, I have to go down some more. No, y'all, I'm sorry. I thought I had this stuff up. There we go.
I think it was on Well Off will Reach the People.
No, it's right here. I had it too.
Watch the film. You better buckle up. Listen to what I'm telling you. Buckle up. Watch the film. How you like the bowl game? What teams are playing right now? Is it you? Thank you. If you ain't angry, something wrong. I got a problem with you. How about that? How about that? I got a problem. If you you cool, what you gonna watch the other game? Now, what you gonna go find somewhere to get some little wings and start watching the game? It should be you. You better
Yeah.
listen to what I'm saying.
Listen, y'all. He was talking so hard. I was over here still. And when he started yelling, talking about it should be you, I was like, okay, okay. I was scared. I was over here just frantic. Oh goodness. So yeah. He said, now this was funny when he said, who's playing in the bowl game? And somebody started to answer him. That was a trick question, by the way. Oh my goodness. Oh
Sis,
my goodness. He was dead serious. Huh?
Shirley just said Gunnar White and George Hagerman are the new co-assistant offense line coaches. I
Okay,
guess it. I guess.
co-assistant.
I guess it's breaking news.
Okay, we'll get to it because I saw something. We'll get to it. Thank you, Miss Shirley. Um, but back to Coach Swayze. I mean, he had everybody's attention. I'm sitting over here looking at my TV screen like I'm not moving because he might yell at me.
Yeah. But that that man was no play.
I know. So yeah, like then
Buckle up.
buckle up.
Watch the film.
In the words of
How
TD
you like
Jakes,
the
get
bowl
ready,
game?
get ready, get ready.
What teams are playing right now? Is it you? Thank you. If you ain't angry, something wrong. I got a problem with you.
First of all, first of all, I have to pause it. He walking around with his black and white Air Force Ones on. He's stepping as if they're all white. There's a way that you walk in your all white shoes so that you don't get the tippy top or the sides dirty. Homeboy walking around and stepping like he a straight up sergeant. He probably is, but he was dead serious. I'm like, bruh,
You don't care.
he I know he don't care. And that's what I just showed y'all. I don't know if you missed it, but I showed y'all how crazy people in Miami think. Miami is not a part of Florida, it's in the state of its own. That is the thought process and delusion that exists around South Florida. So he said it should be you. Like I know this is what I'm gonna say, and we were about to talk about this earlier, Rev. Strength and conditioning is gonna make it break. This is where it all gonna boil down to. He said there is no time you should be slammed on the back of your neck. That's a problem. And I totally agree. I told y'all, I ain't about to say nobody's name, but some people get tossed around like toy soldiers, toy figurines in the Alamo Bowl. Hello?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then, depending on how you condition, a lot of injuries can be prevented based on conditioning. So I'm very excited about him being added to the staff. Not that Coach Mo didn't do it. I love me some Coach Mo now. Um, but I'm excited to see what the outcome is going to be with Coach Swayze.
I think that different coaches have different techniques and know how to produce, uh, get out of players what they want them to achieve. Coach Mo is top notch, but I think he knows just a little bit more than Coach Mo.
Well, he's a bit more intense than Coach Mo.
Well, we we got
he,
that.
he, he don't put the fear of God. All
In,
I know is
in you,
after,
in you.
after in the playoffs too. Listen, I'm looking at the front row, in the front row looking at him like, Lord have mercy. Well, listen, I know after some of the parents saw this, they called their damn chair and be like, son, are you okay? Did he yell so loud? Do you still want to be there? Oh God.
That would be one of the melanin deficient parents.
As long as you keeping up, keep up. So,
That's one of them melanin
so
deficient. If that parents had melanin, they ain't worried about it.
I tell people all the time, if your child gonna play football, don't be listen, I used to have to walk away because I didn't want to hear like because I know I'm in my feelings. Like, why you talking to him like that? I have to walk away, do something else. I can't watch them play because the coach went cussing everybody out. He don't care.
Hmm.
So if you got a problem with profanity, you got a problem with people speaking to your child harshly in a general setting or individually, you may not want them to play college football or football at all because they're going to get cussed out one time in their life. Good.
Yep. Even low hope even cussed out Rock.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
And honestly, I believe, no, I ain't going to say that, but yeah. hmm Yeah.
But they should have never moved Rock from guard anyway. They should have left him at guard.
I digress. I digress. Come on, let's see what Coach got to say over here. I'm going to turn the volume back
What
up.
teams are playing right now?
Oh,
Is
okay.
it you?
Thank you.
If you ain't angry, stop
Let me see. Is this the same one?
telling you. Buckle up.
Buckle up.
Watch the film.
Why he was
How
so
you like the bowl game?
excited? Did he get pissed
What
off
teams are
before
playing right now?
Thank
Is it you?
Thank you.
Telling you. Buckle up.
Okay. So yeah, that's how he came on. I hope that he keep that energy all season long
He will.
because we definitely need it. One of my concerns is that our young men are a bit coddled. And the thing is, it's like we will be in practice and play hard against each other, but when it comes game day, it's like you don't know that you in a fight and they coming to beat your butt and punch you in the face and butt your lip and talk about your mom and them. Like we don't approach the game with the intensity like we going into a fight. What? No, this is how I'm thinking. Like, what is y'all doing? It's a real fight.
But I got tickled. Bush in the mouth. Talk about your mom and them.
Yes. That would piss somebody off and make them want to fight, right?
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's like we play so passively. That's what I'll
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And and I hope Coach Swayze makes them. makes it register. Like, come on now.
Oh, he will.
If I make you big and strong, you got to use those muscles for something.
He will.
Like, come on now.
He
So
will.
I'm happy. I'm looking forward to the results because, baby, I'm tired of looking at our babies go out there and play scared football. The only person seems like they got heart is Shedeur, Shiloh, and Travis. Glot Budley. Just a couple others, but for the most part, child, no. That's it. That's all. That's what I got. I'm happy to see him here. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. So Miss Shirley, she said that Gunnar White and George Hageman are the new co-assistant official coaches. So my question is this: are they going to coach together, or is there a O-line coach coming? So
Mm,
co-coaches meaning they're both the coach.
mm.
That's my question. So they're co-coaches. So they're coaching together as one unit, or is there still an O-line coordinator, OC, coming? So because if that's the case, that affects pay. Like, are we gonna give each one of them $400,000, $500,000 to be the O-line coach, or do they split their salary in half?
Well, we had to see. We had to
So
see.
if that's the case, that don't make no sense to me. Just make somebody the OC, please. That's what I'm getting to. Because with co-coaches, what that screams is who's going to take accountability for the decisions and when it goes right and when it goes wrong. We need one person to look at. Hello?
I'm here. I'm just listening to you.
Okay. You okay? Okay, Mouse got the tongue. Cat got the tongue. Okay. But that's my whole thing. Thank you, Miss Shirley, for providing that information. Um, before I go, Rev, did you want to add something else to the agenda today?
No, I'm good.
You good? Well, I appreciate you coming up. I had 23 items in all that I discussed today. And I do appreciate everybody that tuned in. I did ask them earlier to hold me accountable with some of my goals this year with YouTube. When I come to you all with these long lives, I typically be like, okay, I did it. I got it done. But the other part is I supposed to, within 48 hours, produce clips from these lives, clip it up, subject by subject. So if I don't, just tap on me down in the comments, say clock in or something, get to work. Where the clips at? Because what happens with these long lives, people, they come back to do the replay, but they don't want to sit through a whole live. So when we clip it up in sections, they can still get what they're looking for. So I just want to be able to provide YouTube this space with what they're looking for. And again, the person that did reach out to me, a couple of people reached out to me in email, but one person particularly, I don't know who it is. They're an anonymous giver out of the blue just sent me a cash out during my off weeks and told me to clock in. They want to hear my perspective on a few things. So and that's what basically made me, brush off my laptop and my notepad and get on here and talk about some stuff. I didn't think that I would be missed, to be honest. I'm like, child, they get sick of my behind. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right there. I'll
Well,
holler at
thank
you next
you
time,
for
sis.
joining me. Yes, sir. You have a good evening.
All right. Okay.
Take care. So you guys, I pray that you all have gotten something out of the show. I pray that you have either learned something or have been thoroughly entertained by my quirkiness. Hopefully I will be back soon. Like I said previously, I will not be highlighting any players until after the spring game. After the spring game, we know that it's serious. There's another portal session coming up soon during the spring, so the portal will be closed after that. So I'm not going to highlight players right now if I know that they are not permanently on the team. So just bear with me. I will be doing my due diligence though, in different spaces on the internet and the areas just to keep up with our current players and the families of the players and coaches. And if there's anything you ever want me to discuss or want to hear my theories and perspectives and opinions on, just send the information to my email. Just say, hey, what do you think about this? Can you do a live or a video on this? I'm open to that. In the past, people did ask me to do a particular take on certain things, but I have to think about it heavily and think about the impact that it may have or who it may affect or help. So some things I just did not join the conversation on, and some of the things I did bring to y'all. So I appreciate the engagement. I appreciate the support. With that being said, I am gonna hit y'all real quick with the outro. I love you and I love you